Alrighty. Here we go. Everything working? Looks like it is. And we're gonna be up against B6 today. Huzzah. What's the theme of today? Using this guy. The bloated corpse. Poor thing. It cost $350. It was technically price reduced. But is it good? I don't know. Tournament has started. I'm gonna try it out though. We got videos to make. I got a meme today. Oh boy, whoop, wrong blocker. Here we go. But yeah, I'm playing exclusively the Vampire Coast. There's the correct blocker. And it appears B6 is, what is it? We're on Bleak Spire. Ooh, that's actually good. Okay, and they're counterpicking me. Hell yeah. Thinking about making your second main coast. Like your second main faction. Coast is pretty straightforward. Seriously, you do just main tide and it's fine versus most factions. A lot of players don't know how to deal with it. Hey, what's up? Mr. Keen. Dang, 8 months. Yeah, that's a while. Propose a challenge. Play an entire tournament with Vaingeist Revenge. Ooh, okay. That's pretty fun. I'm writing that down. Tournaments with the worst spells. I haven't done a spell themed tournament before. I'm gonna take note. That's actually really good. Thank you very much, good sir. Hey, Rogue AI, hello, hello. I think you're signed up too, right? Corn, Chaos, and Tzeentch. I'll play versus Walk. Warriors of Chaos should be pretty chill. I got my my infinite tide of zombos. And I have an uncomfortable amount of bloated corpses. So if I go for the mass bloats, obviously he can send his lord or like a monster in and just pop them. But I have an idea. I feel like Walk's terrible into Coast. Same. Coast is just good, man. But yeah, I think. Ooh, should I use artillery? This map's not the best for artillery. But using the bloats to defend it, it could be pretty funny. Maybe I'll take one up. Honestly though, if you just spam zombies as Coast, you're probably fine. Life is good when you got the zombo spam. Depth guard against Coast are kind of weird. Don't know if they're the perfect option, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, this build it makes itself really. All I need now is just to make sure I have enough bloats. Yeah, always having at least one bloated corpse. It can actually screw your opponent over super hard because they don't expect it. And a lot of people will play in the backfield of Vampire Coast. So just having that little bit of a surprise is super nice. Also, I did update the bot, by the way. I'm using databases now. Most of y'all's are... a lot of y'all's are software developers, so you actually know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, I was just running it on memory before, which meant if the bot crashed, we would just lose the tournament. So obviously, you know, that's fine if you just want to hash together a bot, but I eventually want to get it on a server. So increasing that stability is super important. Man, I'm really struggling to figure out what else I even want to get in this army. With Vampire Coast, it typically doesn't matter very much. It typically doesn't matter very much because you're saving up to resummon zombies anyways, but yeah. Oh, you meant one artillery, not one bloat? I think legitimately Vampire Coast should actually always have one bloated corpse. You don't use that part of your reinforcing army anyways. It's only 350. And there's going to be, every once in a while, an instance where you can get a bloat in the face. Why are we banning Chalice and not the Mask? Because the Chalice is bugged. So that means it's more likely to be banned in Terran's tournaments. And this tournament series is specifically set up so that so that we're ready for the grand finals. That's basically it. We're just trying to mirror whatever we think Terran's gonna do. Pretty sure he didn't ban Mask in his last grand finals, so like banning the Mask just leave you ill prepared. Leave you hella ill prepared. Now, you know, I can understand like some of like the Slaanesh nerfs in more casual formats. Some formats will just straight up ban Slaanesh. But we gotta have some formats that mimic Terran's grand finals as much as possible. But yeah, Chalice is it's bugged because it heals. Even if you are not close to the spellcaster. As long as you're close to enemy unit and they cast a spell, you get the heal. Which honestly isn't too crazy, but it's the same thing as Locus of Conjuration. I feel like the Mask is quite weak to a designated anti-infantry character, not really that OP. Ooh, that's a hot take. The Mask is definitely one of the strongest lords in the game. Though, it is interesting to note that Tzeentch players don't run the Mask with the Changeling. But it really depends on your definition of OP. Some people feel like if you're, you know, if you're a little strong, that's fine. But if you're like the only lord they take, it's not fine. Then again, the Mask isn't the only lord that Slaanesh takes. You could say they skew some matchups though. But I think the safest description for something being OP, it tends to be a unit that is always run. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, we don't see a lot of people playing Slaanesh even. We don't even see that many people playing Slaanesh in these tournaments. Though, I will say, if you actually want to convince me to ban the Mask, the easiest way to do it is to use them and to consistently win my tournaments with them. Because that shows that, yeah, you know, even if you're not a top player, you can just run the one thing and you'll win tournaments. That's kind of what I need to see. Of course, it's a little bit of a lofty goal, but like, you know, it's not really much of a problem if we still have Charix winning with Lizardmen, right? We still get to see some great games, so I see no issues. This is interesting. So we got some Marauder Horsemen. So you may notice the extreme lack of bloats. That's because they're in reserve over here. Can I hit this horseman? We'll see. Interesting. We have a Lord of Fire with the Burning Head. Pretty normal, pretty normal. I think what we do here is... Obviously, they have a single entity. But there's no way they can pop all the bloats, right? Ain't no way, man. It's impossible. So I'm just saving up money so that I can specifically get a ton of them. And then we're gonna surprise them. It's time. All right, here we go. This should be very interesting. Very stressful indeed for my opponent, who's now going to have to react to the bloat swarm. In fact, I'm just gonna go full ham, max bloatage, and I can actually take my time a little bit here too, because if these guys connect, the value we can get is through the roof, right? I just need him to be a little overwhelmed. Now, super important, obviously he has his lord here. I need to stop the lord from popping the bloat. We also need to specifically get them into the Forsaken. So I'm gonna chuck a burning head somewhere. There it is. Missed the cast, but it's okay. So let's send the bloat into that unit over there. It's a pretty nice overcast burning head. But the question is, will it be enough? We are about to kill a unit of Forsaken. That's bloaty number 1. Bloaty number 1 getting in there. There you go. Goodbye, Forsaken. Oh boy. But will the tradings be good enough? We're gonna get another one on the horseman over here. Honestly, it doesn't seem like he's microing it super well. Oh, crap. Okay, we got... Jeez. The friendly fire, man. The friendly fire is really making this not as good as I would hope for. But, distractions we have caused. You know, I still have all my dogs alive. We did punch through the Forsaken, which are really important for cleaning up this position. And the zombies, I should just be able to resummon, right? Unfortunately, this Forsaken lived. Not too much I can do about that. The Forsaken over here is not a big issue, though. But the burning heads do hurt. I do have a point, though. And I do have the zombie pistol mob spam, which will be very good against these guys. Actually, wow, those Hellstriders actually win that? That's crazy sauce. I think this high ground fight is less than optimal. But overall, probably still playable. I think we are slightly behind. But I should be able to capture this point fairly soon. A couple aspiring champions, not the biggest deal in the world. And then we have these Forsaken here. We're just going to drop our little artillery position and shoot them up. That's crazy that Hellstriders win that fight, though. That's bonkers. All right, and we're gonna send in the dogs. Then we're just gonna work on our late game here. Wow, this Forsaken killed my cannon crew, though. A little devastating. Aspiring champions, too. Also very annoying to note. But it seems like our dogs are doing okay. Most of the guns are still alive. And I should be able to rout off this, yeah, Hellstrider over there. Value-wise, though, definitely still a little behind. I'll mostly have to pull back just from the raw value trades of the cheapo zombies now. That's basically gonna be the whole day today. We use the bloats to fall a little bit behind, and then we play a normal game until I can get the bloats again. I do wonder if they actually got any amount of decent value. We'll see. Looks like I might actually have his lord pinned, though. That would be magnificent. Very nice. Unit bites the dust over there. And you gotta remember, a lot of the units are kind of just on the high ground right now. I think that gives us a little bit of a chance. What are those? Trolls, you mad lad. Guy has trolls. But yeah, I think what I really need are some dogs. I'm kind of out of mobility. I guess I can keep spamming the zombie tide, though. Looks like this is going okay. Can I run from the aspiring champions? I doubt it. Oh man, dude, the Lord got terror routed. Actually terror routed out of range of Silostra. Pretty devastating. Let's see here. Sure, let's get more zombos. Let's go over there. There's another decent cast. Thankfully for me, Silostra ain't gonna die anytime soon. And then the aspiring champions, I'm just gonna try and pull them away for a little bit. Worst unit where the Grail Relique's at? I can't believe I used to think Grail Reliques were the worst unit. How the times have changed. Oh geez, Silostra's kind of dying. Come on! Okay, doggos are in. Middle situation is a little sketchy. Let's see here. What I can do though is I can get more dogs to clean up kind of the width of this armor. Silostra's gonna live. She's not gonna have too many issues. But the dogs, a little bit of dog miss micro. Gonna let them get charged by some cav. Now that's only a little unfortunate. If I pull them back, I should be able to get a little bit more work done. Of course, Silostra here can get a little bit of work too. And we did drag these horsemen through the mud. These aspiring champions on the high ground too. You gotta remember, they only have 5 capture weight. So if I start swarming that with zombies, ain't no way he's gonna hold that. Another burning head though. Quite devastating indeed. And that Lord is still alive. So I would say a little sus. If I can capture a point, we'll be a little better off, but on the triple cap, it's gonna be a little while. Now, this is gonna be a good route. Silostra is probably gonna be able to continue grinding here for a little bit longer. And if I can make use of this overcommitment, maybe. Oh man, dude. It's actually kind of close, even after the 5 bloats. Come on, pull back. Ooh, the trolls. Trolls are gonna be problematic. Honestly, I think if I had one more good hit on the Forsaken, I'd have a chance. How much time do I have left? Okay, so I have about 2 minutes. I will be able to swarm the points. I do have 2 dog units, and this point over here is going not terribly. Silostra's gonna have to live though, and it looks like he really wants to get the kill on her. And I don't think there's a whole lot I can do with the Silostra situation. So we're gonna settle for this instead. Maybe I can kill off some trolls. Go over here. I'm gonna see if we can steal a point. But I think this game is gonna go my opponent's way. Now the dogs hitting up the trolls is definitely nice. I'm gonna have to eat that burning head just to get them to just to finish the job and actually get them to rout.
One of your units has been destroyed.
But maybe if I can keep spamming the Mantine? He only has Marauders. Oh, come on, man. Come on, I just gotta secure one of these points. Silostra does die. But leadership doesn't really matter very much for Undead. Come on, slow march it. Oh, man, dude. I was actually reasonably close. I might need to wait a bit longer before I summon the bloats. I think I summoned them in too early. It kind of... I'll have to check the values. Maybe if some of them paid for themselves, then it ain't the end of the world. But I kind of just lack the punchiness, and the Hellstride has kind of mopped me up. GG, well played. GG, well played. Dang it. Let's see here. 10-6-3. Okay, I'm up against attack speed and Jorah next. Not terrible. Let's just send them the code. Yo. Did the bloats do well? 200? Oh, God. Okay, one of them got 525. Though the friendly fire on them kind of screwed me, man. Oh, bro. Dude. the friendly fire doesn't get factored in. So some of them actually got negative value for me. Ah, dang it, man. I need to like find a way to safely disengage. It's not impossible though. Excuse me. I think I just need to tease it out a bit more. Alternatively, I can use the Mourn Gulls to pin down units, since they don't take damage from the bloats. Is there a spell to increase their move speed? Technically, you could take this lady and use a speed of Lycos and stealth them for 36 seconds. This vampire character costs 700 gold. But okay, let's say you make an unspottable stalked bloat. Is that enough? Oh, attack speed's playing high elves? Okay. Oh boy. But yeah, you can do that plus Von Hells. So you can give them a plus 50% speed speed bonus. Maybe. And then you start with the bloat. You combine it with Von Hells for the mega speed. Oh boy. It's pretty silly. I think with enough cooking, we could get something to work. What's the map? It's Madhouse, okay. So this is a giant map, and attack speed will see the bloated corpse from miles away. So I kind of have to use the Scroll of Lycos. High Elves are a menace of a faction too. They have so much shooting, but I don't know. Maybe I can make something work. I know a lot of people like to spam the mortars. Looks like I got some adminning to do. All right. You typoed the title. I think you misspelled best. Yes. If I can, definitely one of the best themed units. I'll give them that. Okay, this actually kind of lines up money-wise. Can I get it to cook just the tiniest smidge more? Okay, let's also do this. High Elves are not the end of the world for Vampire Coast. I defeated them in land battle back in the day. So I think with the right tools, we'll be fine. Yeah, bloats again. We're going pretty hard with the memes today, though I still want to win. Man, that game against Chaos, I feel like my opponent went so wide too. But my counter width didn't really help me out. But like usually, I don't think you want to go that wide against Coast. So I feel like I could have exploited it. What I feel like I really needed though was a way to set up for the bloats without using zombies, because literally he just went into melee with me. The counter to bloats is to just fight my zombies, and then if the bloat hits, it's not even that great. The one that got 500 gold though, if I can just replicate that. Maybe it's the quality of the bloat, not the quantity. That's what we're gonna be doing this match. It is High Elves. I imagine we'll be seeing some archer spam, perhaps. Would bloats be worth it with the cost decrease to 250? Honestly, with the values I got that game, maybe not. So my bloats were getting like 150, with the exception of one that got 500. But they also friendly fire. They did maybe like 600 damage worth of friendly fire. So I don't think 250 does it. I think 250 is fine as a defensive backline summon. It makes it where the Vampire Coast backfield is just terrifying. Because 250 is essentially free there. But as like an actual, you know, to use the bloat as it was intended to be used, I think it needs to cost a lot less. In theory, the bloat needs to be countered. Like, people need to actually think about a counter to bloat. It shouldn't just be passively countered. So it needs to be cheap enough where it actually gets value consistently if you don't counter it. Otherwise, it just becomes a unit that just doesn't work most of the time. Either that, or you make it more specialized. Like, you make it super good at deleting elite infantry. Or make it kill cavalry again. Honestly, if it could kill cavalry again, that would be a nice... That would be a nice buff. But yeah, I think at 250, you start getting to the point where people would actually like taking bloats defensively. Well, you know, when you charge my artillery piece with the Forsaken, if I had a bloat, I could have killed that Forsaken, actually. But alright. A little bit of a silly build. But this battle, I do have the bloat. The stealth speed bloat. So we got the Von Hells and we have the stealth. Does it work? Pray to see me using a Dragon Lord or Undead Dragon. As Vampire Coast or Vampire Counts. Because Coasts only have Terrorgeists. As Counts though, I think if you buff up their dragons a bit more, we could see them in the meta quite a bit more. I think they're on the cusp of being really good. Here's the build, by the way. So we're gonna have the dogs at the ready to steal the point. I imagine we'll have some skirmishers, but that's okay, for I have artillery. So artillery generally doesn't pay for itself unless it shoots all game. But in this situation, absolutely, they can shoot all game. And even better, with this reinforcement point over here, and this one over here. In the possible areas, actually, let's position like this. Yeah, if my opponent tries to flank, like attack speed tries to go here, then we're good, right? Oh yeah, and here's the bloat. But yeah, if attack speeder tries to flank me with cavalry or something, there's just no way. There's no way with the defensive bloat summon. Now we do have a Tyrion. And we do have some Dragon Princes. So Dragon Princes have been a fan favorite of attack speed enjoyer for a good little while. There's also going to be a million archers with light armor. It's not a big problem. And Tyrion does take a cannonball to the face. Pretty standard fare. Bloat gonna have to stay back and stay safe. But yeah, with an archer max, I don't think I have to be that worried. In fact, I think I have bait for these Dragon Princes. Potentially, we can bully him pretty bad. If all goes well. If he doesn't see this doggo charge too, I could get a million damage on these archers. We are going to see a little bit of a cav summon. A little too late. Yeah, archers are dead, son. Now, Tyrion... Is he going to kill site lost? I guess that's a real question. With the cav summon? Maybe not. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go do some covert ops. Bloaty boy action. We're going to stealth them and we'll see how much they can get done. Now, Tyrion is going to be stopped by the cavalry. These are but simple weavers. They're not actually super strong here. And of course I have my caster in here. Dude, Silastro's just gonna kill Tyrion, man. Guy's kind of getting wrecked. Mortars are doing pretty well too, mind you. And what I think we can do is a little bit of a speed bloat action. So we're gonna use the Scroll of Lycos. So now he can't see it. And therefore, it can get a lot of value. That's the hope anyways. He can't see it. It's still stealth for 20 seconds. Ah, hell yeah. The power of the bloat. Boom, baby. Goodbye, archers. All right, well, there you go. Oh, it's dumb. It got a route. I guess that's something. It's something, all right. But is it enough? And can I kill Tyrion? I guess time will tell. Doggos are definitely gonna have to pile in though. Let's just get him in there. Tyrion hurts. Gotta back up from him. Although if Silastra dies is a really big issue. Maybe not. There we go. We got the dogs all over him. And then hopefully these guys, if he's not paying attention, I can just summon the bloat. Summon the bloat. But yeah, it looks like the archers are pretty well pinned down. That's good. Yeah, you see how he's trying to like skirt past? Oh, the moment the bloat gets on his face, he's screwed. Silastra will die, but that's okay. One last spell cast for the road. Yeah, Tyrion's a fun pick. I think he was expecting something else maybe. But yeah, I just need him to be a little distracted right now. I think he's maybe looking away. Will the bloat be able to get there in time though? Oh, I think it might. Oh, he sees it. But will he stop it? Oh my god, he barely. Barely does. Jeez, that was such a close call. Oh, he might walk into it though. What that crap? Did the bloat just attack without exploding? Wild. Oh, alright. There we go. It does eventually get the hit. That's all I really need. And now I can think about resummoning Silastra and whatnot. That should be pretty good. Most of these archers actually ran into the distance. You can tell his micro was stretched because of the bloat. Surely that was helpful. Oh boy. Yeah, they need an ROR stalking bloat for sure. Alright. And okay, so most of the dogs are dead. Tyrion though is kind of mucked up. And the archer core is severely weakened. I think as soon as I resummon Silastra, it's already getting pretty bad for him. I'm gonna get another bloat too, just to send it on to the dragon princes. I think they'll be able to get a lot of work done. And the depth guard can start pushing forwards too. A little firecaster is not the biggest deal in the world. Though it is going to hurt a little bit. And there we go. Once again, we have Silastra, which means I get another free little zombie summon. He's forced to disengage from the Moringles, by the way, because the bloat's coming in. Oh man, is it good? I don't think it's actually good, but is it fun? Absolutely. You'll also notice that the archers are severely under-defended, so I should be able to start getting some dogs out on them. I don't know if the bloats actually hit or not. Kind of strange, but there you go. But yeah, it's definitely time to get the dogs in. I need them to clean up these here archers, because otherwise they're gonna be causing many an issue. Oh crap. Poor caster lady just got sniped by all them archers. It's okay. I can resummon her too. Infinity stealth bloats. Okay, let's see if we can get these dogs in. He does have dragon princes, and he did summon in another reaver, so we're just gonna ignore him for now. And then I just kind of need to overwhelm the dragon princes, for they are very expensive. There we go. Come on, dogs. Get that killing going. But yeah, they should not be able to get too much work done. Alley-oop. Let's just get a zombie unit here. And then if I get enough dogs out, then eventually I should be able to find a little bit of an opening, perhaps. Though I must say, this is a little sketch. All these light cavalry units. A little annoying to actually get through. He did finally kill off all my zombies, too. So far from over, this game is. But you gotta remember, I do still have a Silostra little cav summon. So I can use that to pummel these guys real quick if I need to. I just kind of need them to be a little bit more overwhelmed is all. Having the mortars online and operational is good though. And we're just gonna go for that wide zoom action. There we go. And this will let me kind of maneuver my dogs into the correct position. It's gonna be a bit of work though. Silver Helms I can absolutely bully though with the depth guard. Look at them dogs. Great cleanup going on. You can see the archers are actually quite woefully undefended, which is perfect for me because he was trying to capture this point. Love to see it. Very nice. Huge cleanup play on the dogs actually. Oh boy, and the center line gets caught. If this keeps going, this could go very well for me. There you go, big route. Very big route. And we routed off a good chunk of the archers. Now, far from over as usual. I'm going to have to actually resecure some points. Silostra is going to need to get her cav summon in here soon. This dog unit's got to be a little careful for sure. If I can just summon past his cavalry. Now, I don't know why that cav summon was so jank. We're going to ignore it for now. I'm just going to use them to start cleaning up with them archer boys. I still have a dog unit here. Okay. We will shut down one of my artillery pieces though. Very unfortunate. But not the end of the world. Gotta remember, Tyrion's pretty low too. And as long as I can actually alley-oop, keep bullying these archers, I think we are in an okay-ish position. Though these guys are really menacing. Talons of Torquilida. Let's see here. Having this point is good, but we're gonna need a little bit more. We're gonna need to actually kill these archers here. Silostra's poor cav summon. It's fully surrounded though. It seems like they're actually kind of crushing it. Hey, you know what? Actually, they're kind of killing it. They held out for a very long time and they set up for a good charge with my depth guard. I'll take it. I'll take it. In the meantime, this backfield cavalry is going to be a little annoying. But actually, if I can secure the middle point and just hold it for a little while, I think we might actually have a chance here. The big thing is actually capturing it, though. I don't know if that's possible. There's a lot of archers here. And there's a mage. And it seems like attack speed and Jorah kind of knows the drill. You can see he's piling in a lot of units over there. Let's kill off them. Having the artillery piece is very good. You can see it's helping with the routes. Oh crap, I didn't get this point. Well, that's an oopsie doopsies. Alright, well, we'll see how this goes. I still have depth guard here, and they should be able to rout off these guys, but I definitely need to secure this point sometime soon. Please be Reavers. The Silver Helms, right? Come on, come on. Okay, big rout. And the Silver Helms are distracted. Very nice, very nice. I'd say we have a medium chance out of 10. We're definitely able to pull back a little bit here if I am able to actually secure this point. This one is definitely going to me. There we go. And with the depth guard and the zombies, we do secure yet another one. Plus, I have 1,000,000 zombos. I think we might actually have a chance. Looks like Tyrion's actually gone in for the desperation play. Actually wants to dive on in, which is not the most pleasant of situations for him. And if I keep spamming out the doggos, actually, this might be a perfect time for some more dogs. Because the archers are a little occupied. Now, Silostra is obviously in a little bit of a pickle. This is not a magnificent situation for her. She can land a hit on Tyrion, though. That'd be perfect. He chucks out a burning head. Please whiff. Not the most perfect burning head. Okay, very nice. I might even be able to steal this point, too. Oh, my goodness. We're going to win this? Oh, my goodness. Dude, the zombie tide is really coming in hot. Yeah, I just have to finish off that one unit over there. Silostra's on the hunt, man. Wait, can she actually kill Tyrion here? If she does, that'd be hilarious. He actually saved up for the Fireborn too, which is kind of absurd. Okay, Tyrion will manage to escape. But this point shall definitely be mine. This one he's not securing. Oh my goodness, bro. If I win this because he summoned the Fireborn, that would be pretty nasty. I think he overtech to deal with crabs. Now the dogs are on this point. There you go. There's the capture weight. Let's pile on in over there. Middle point is super well secured, and yeah, he's just stuck summoning in archers. Oh my gosh, are we gonna win with the bloat? I did only use the one stealth bloat, but would still be quite the miracle to see. There you go, there's the point. And there's the cleanup. So now he's got to figure out what in the world he's gonna do. Where you gonna go, man? There's dogs everywhere. Silos just gonna bully Tyrion, I think. Let's see here. I think what I really need is just a million halberds on this point. Just make sure it doesn't get taken. And then we use the dogs to kind of stall this archer push. That way they'll just never actually get onto the capture point. Silostra is indeed fighting the Tyrion. Tyrion, the least Chad of all the high elves. He is actually super lackluster, I must say. Point does get taken though. I think did Silostra terror out him? Oh my gosh, Silostra terror out him, which actually helps because now I can't kill him. If he stuck around, I might have been able to kill him. Yeah, what if I get a random cannon and I just target fire his face? I think if we do that, we'll actually have a decent shot at it. He kills Silostra though, but he still has a point to secure and he has a point to defend. So life will be quite difficult. Doggo's got the big routes, and yeah, I just gotta make sure this doesn't get taken. Come on, get him, cannon! Dude, Tyrion's so low. Oh, I think we got him. I think Tyrion's dead, hell yeah. I didn't get the you've killed an enemy lord thing, but good enough, I guess. Dude, the Fireborn really didn't cook either. 500 gold, basically nothing. So just pile onto this point then. Stop a capture over here. And then I think we're good. Honestly, the high elves are starting to crumble a little bit. Yeah, look at that. Oh, he taps out. Hell yeah. Got him with the bloat in a disadvantage matchup. Very nice. How'd the bloat do? 536. Actually not bad. I did summon it twice. Once to deal with cavalry later. Or no, is that this one? This one only got one. Dude, that's kind of sad. Wait, there's no way this one got 536 off of just archers, though. That's not right. Oh my goodness, though. Jeez, what a stressful match. What a stressful match. Oh, man. Alright, so I just have to drop a player. No bloats were harmed. Hey, Clock Monkey, what's up? Oh boy, dude. Obviously, the Dragon Princes were kind of silly. Same with Tyrion, right? I got the double summon on Silostra, and those Knight summons just crushed it. The dogs were MVP for sure, and the artillery pieces were great. The cannon got 1600. Kind of just made the game real weird and awkward for him. But there you go. Victory is ours, I guess. Jeez Louise, though. Let's see here. I'm gonna try something. Hopefully this doesn't bug everything out. Let's see here. Who is this? 581. Okay. Hopefully this all works. But nice! Oh man, dude, a regiment of renowned stalking bloat would actually kind of be OP. The only reason this is not OP is because of the price. Speed of light coasts on this lady is just 1,000,000 gold. So I don't know if it actually paid for itself. Though it does last long enough for the bloat to get into contact with whatever you want it to. So maybe it's good? The forgotten cavalry next to the cannon? Yeah, could have killed the cannon. So I'm just trying to admin real quick. Let's see here. Okay, nice. Everything's good. And we're up against Winterwind Tzeentch next. Yo, yo. Alright. What's the map? It's okay. It's actually pretty good. I just need him to not spot the bloat. Does Tzeentch have good ways to shut down artillery? Isn't most of the anti-artillery fairly expensive? Like if you take Centigores of Tzeentch or Furies, I can use the bloat to detonate the artillery along with the Furies. Though obviously dogs are better, right? Honestly, stealth bloat is not the worst. I could just try that again. Sure, why not? We're riding off the hype of beating attack speed enjoy. Could die or worse. The destroyer or the demon infantry thing? All right, nice. Adminning is done. Let's go. Winterwind loves the Chaos Lord with the lightning AoE. Ah, yes. I don't think that's good though. So we have some, we have some space to meme. Oh boy, jeez, it's so stressful though. I gotta figure out, how do I deal with... I think I really do need more Mourngulls. I need Mourngulls to just jump on top of some Zongors and then summon in the bloats. Because the bloats at 38 speed, which is not enough to catch infantry, but with the Mourngulls slow of 30%, then they can't disengage anymore and the bloat gets a massive hit. And then they don't friendly fire the Mourngulls, because they just don't take damage from bloats. And victory is ours. Fingers crossed, people. Ugh. Strange question, Yoda. Had to give you a like seeing you live, my fellow. Yeah, we're streaming more now. We're back on the streaming train. Oh boy, he's ready. Okay, so I gotta win my next 2 matches if I want to get into top 4 from a tournament. Fingers crossed. Step 1, bunch of units. Step 2, bloat. Step 3, question mark. Step 4, profit. I just I can tell you step 3. Just have to pray to the gods of bloated corpses. Wait, yo, I forgot this map has trees. I can put the bloat in here. You won't even know that it's coming. Oh, this is dumb. But look at this. Okay, so if I put the bloat in here. Okay, so not only can I do a little bit of this action, or have my artillery like so, ready to bait in some units. We also got some shenanigans. Where effectively what I want to do is I want to get the bloat in here from the trees, and when he gets kind of like to this middle capture point, I use the Von Hells and the scroll. And then it can just burst out and kill everything. Now, unfortunately, it's all Marauders and Blues, but maybe I can jump the Chromatic Aberrations if I'm really lucky. What is this? Blue Scribes. What a mad lad. And Cairo's Fate Weaver. Okay, so he's gone full Blue Scribe action. Kind of crazy. Max Blue Scribery. We'll see how that goes. Silastra can just go out immediately. That's fine. Okay, and then I think what we want to do is... Whoop. Crap. Didn't bring in one of the dogs. This might be. Okay, so we want to do this. And then we want to Speed of Lycos him. And we're going to use him to blow up this blue. At least that's the plan. You can see he's fast. The bloat is fast. He's unspottable. He still has 20 seconds. Come on, you darn bloat. Get him. Okay, here we go. And then that way I don't have to flank here. I just gotta loop him around. Come on. Get in there, baby. Slowest bloat ever. And there you go. And the blues only got a little bit of value already, and he only killed half. Huge. God, that's so useless. That's so crazy useless, man. All right, it's fine though. My opponent doesn't have a crazy build. That is actually awful though. That is so useless. All right, what? It's Fury maxing? I can deal with Fury maxing. My zombies are on the blues too, so that's good. And I'll be able to re-summon the dogs. If I'm lucky, maybe he just sacks the Furies. Because my artillery's already paid for itself, right? So like, I should just like dismount the artillery and just like camp over here and just say, you know what? You served well, my artillery. And then that way I can deal with the Furies. It's like MLG plays right here, right? Yeah, here we go. Should you just get the bloat? Does he attack air? Does he blow up air units? Get him, bloat! Get him! Was it worth? Dude, the Furies didn't even die, bro. They didn't even die. That's so bad. That's so bad. What the crap is that? That is straight garbage, man. That is straight ultra garbage. Holy crap, I can't believe they did not die. Well, that's bad. Now, thankfully for me, Kairos is such a bad fighter. I think Silastra is actually just gonna kill him. That's pretty funny. I guess I did eventually kill the Furies, so that's good. There we go. And yeah, he's still pretty screwed. Unfortunately, the Zongor is going to be able to capture the point, but everything else is going to be dead, so we'll be fine. My opponent, I think they flew closer to the sun than even I did, which is absurd because I summoned 3 bloats this game. Oh boy. Dude, I can't believe it didn't actually kill the Furies though. It's the one job, man. They had one job. Hey, yo, melee attack on the zombie deckhand's kind of hype. But yeah, this is about to get very nasty for my opponent. As you can see, there are effectively no more ground units, and Vampire Coast just has an absurd late game. He's cycle charging Silastra with the Kairos. Yeah, Silastra's actually a pretty decent fighter, right? Yeah, she has 42 melee attack when tired. So she actually doesn't give a crap. Kairos is kind of chumpy against her. He's gonna have to cycle charge some more. Let's see here. Okay, so I still have on hells. You know what? Honestly, I'll just let Silastra die. Change of plans. We're gonna go hard copium and pretend like it was fully intentional. You just summoned Oceanids? Holy crap. Yo, honestly, this is a fun build. The blue scribes with Kairos for the sick spell casting game. I think Silastra's gonna die, so we might as well leave her in combat. But yeah, he's just setting up for the free resummon. So really not much to worry about. It'll be super difficult to recapture points. All I gotta do is save up for the Silastra and we'll be good to go. Now, weirdly enough, these screamers will be a slight issue. We'll have to find a way to manage them. We'll also have to be a little careful with the doggos. They can't really grind against these spawn. But I think we're still good. What is that? Oh my gosh. It's not Searing Doom. That's, I actually forget what that spell is called. What is it called? Dude, I use the spell so little. Burning something? How am I forgetting the name of the spell? Whatever, it's fine. Whatever, man. Oh, dang, more Furies. Dude, this guy never wants to capture the points back. What's it called? Oh my gosh, I used to pride myself on knowing stuff about spells. But it's so off meta, man. Want to see some 2x Stegodon Ballista action? At some point I'll try out some piercing bolts of burning. There we go. Thank you. I can get that off my mind now. But yeah, the ooh. I don't know if I want to stick around here. Honestly, the Furies are going to be a little bit of a menace. I do have Silastra back though. I think if I just summon dogs to countercharge the Furies, I'll be fine. I can give up the high ground. I don't think they're capturing it anytime soon with the depth guard there. Yeah, I'll just use the doggos. In the meantime, this lady can just keep killing off Kairos. And honestly, I might be able to kill the spawn with the dogs. Spawn don't have armor, so it actually is a pretty decent trade. And they'll be able to hold the point. Meanwhile, the depth guard over here can hold this one. And indeed, the dogs actually cook. You know what? Let's just keep using dogs. Why not? We're the closest thing to Vampire Coast cavalry I can get. You always bet on the dogs. And then over here I can I can get a bloat. That's dumb though. I should not get a bloat there. That would be a bad idea. That is why I'm so tempted. Oh my gosh, did he... Holy crap, he just dropped a mega spell on my poor guys there. Dude, why is this ability so bugged, man? I feel like it's mega bugged. I'll still be fine, but it makes it kind of hard to recast when you get this I lost or resummon. Alright, here we go. Get the pistol spam. Get an animated Hulk. I just gotta make sure he doesn't get this point and I'm fine. The high ground isn't even getting got because the depth guard survived the spell. The one-time depth guard are actually kind of sick. And we still got the triple cap. So I'm actually in a very comfortable situation then. And you know what? This caster's kind of nice for just sitting on the point. She also is a decent melee fighter, so she did technically... she technically got her value just through melee. So in that sense, I guess... it's not too bad because she also stealthed the bloat, which got like 200 gold value. Dude, the bloats... man, oh man, even when they get the money hits, man, getting 250 gold on them is so sad. You basically need to run into some elite units. But I think we're good. So far, this is looking solid. In fact, so solid, we're gonna summon yet another bloat to clear off this middle point over here. I think he just tried to gaze of Mork me, but thankfully that did not go super well. And then we're just gonna try and get the last money shot over here. Thank goodness Vampire Coast is such a strong faction. They're able to just trounce trounce factions even when they are memeing. Alright, here we go. Secret Agent Bloat, get him. If these routing units touch him, he explodes, by the way. So I have to dodge them to make sure the bloat works. Honestly, if the bloat had an activated explosion, life would be better. But you know what? We're not here to complain. Come on, he only has 5 more seconds. Get him. Yeah, 600 up to like maybe 800. Huge. I like how he stayed in the battle for the bloat to land the hit too. Oh man, good memeing. Good memeing. And well played, good sir. The doggos, they did good as usual. The bloat got 763. This one got 360. It almost looks like they did good. Almost. Oh man. Well, so yeah, Silastra has ludicrous armor piercing, which is nice. Yeah, I guess it's kind of okay. How many times they summon the bloats? I think they technically got their gold's worth. Man, I always run out of army though when I use the bloats. Technically, they did better than the Morin goals though. Bloats are better than Morin goals confirmed. They playing Turns modded tournament yesterday? I did not. I don't have a ton of interest in modded tournaments. I think I would play it if I had a lot of extra time, but I'm still editing, man. Still editing, sadly. Yeah, if I random halfway past the unit and hit the middle, then he could have actually gone maximum bloatage. I don't know if that's enough to redeem the unit though. Oh man. Oh, oops, I just noticed something. Gotta write a note. Okay, there we go. Just gotta update the bot. Let's take a look at the value on the Furies. Honestly, the Fury spam was kind of annoying, but without capture weight, he's kind of just screwed. Using the bloats to counter the Furies is kind of funny, though. Them not killing the Furies is so bad, though. Oh, man. It's all because CA changed how the explosion system works. Can you force path them through a unit? No, they explode on contact. They explode at low HP and they explode on contact. It's why they're kind of jank. Oh, my artillery didn't pay for itself. So I traded an artillery, 2 artillery and 2 bloats for 2 furies. Ooh, that's bad, man. That's really bad. I'm just being hard carried by my zombies, aren't I? A 1 of bloat though is kind of funny though. So you get the captain pretty consistently too. People don't dodge it because it just goes invisible. And like they're kind of managing the rest of the battle, they lose track of it. So speed of Lycos and Von Hells is actually kind of sick because the bloat can be stealth from miles away. They can be so far away. And you will get the hit. The problem is that no one runs anything elite versus coast. But if I can kill 1 unit of Forsaken with this combo, then I make back the money on the fleet captain. And it's like I get a fleet captain. You know, a fairly fighty single entity for 350. Or 400 gold. Like, that's not the worst. It's not amazing. But if I can hit something that is like 700 gold, I think it's okay. If I can hit an archer too, that's not bad. Oh nice, we're up against B6 again. Oh whoops, I just typed in B6. Alright. Here we go. Yo! Vengeance shall be mine. And the map is Chateau. Okay. Alright, let's do the Nurgle Corruption Chateau map, see how that is. Black Orcs on Metaverse Coast? Is this the tech to crack the greenskin matchup? Okay, actually versus greenskins, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Tzeentch, Khorne, and Demons of Chaos. Ooh. Demons of Chaos have a lot of expensive stuff. I'll play Demons of Chaos. I might need to fight a Soul Grinder. But the bloat surely will find some unit of infantry to hit, right? Even if it is just a bloats versus cav. They actually don't kill cavalry. Their explosion does 72 damage. Cavalry can have 100. And they don't even hit all the entities in the cavalry. So they do about like a third of their HP. But if they're very elite, yes. Especially something like Seekers. But alright, Demons of Chaos. How bad are they? Honestly, they don't like being shot a lot. They do have access to the Furies. But in general, Demons of Chaos, I think we can agree the chumpiness level is quite high. Yeah. I just gotta figure out how to round out this build. Like a lot of people like to go for more goals. 75 gold left over. What an awfully inconvenient amount of gold. I guess this is okay. Yeah, I think honestly the artillery is kind of fun, but I don't think it's actually doing that much. It tends just to bait some mobility. Though I will say if I can get like if I can get a bloated corpse to hit something diving the backfield before they connect, it's better. It's just that ends up being a little difficult is all. Hey, I got a perfect spend. That's got to be worth something. All right, let's do it. Let's see if we can knock B6 down. I think this is actually a good matchup for Demons of Chaos. What makes it a good matchup? Is it the blues and the pinks? Because I think Seekers are pretty bad versus zombie spam, right? There's no way one Seeker can kill 4 zombies. There are Pleasure Seekers, which are significantly more expensive. So maybe they cook. There's Changebringers, but obviously have lots of shooting. It's gonna go Nurgle Max. I guess if they spam Plague Bearers. But I have the counter to that. I got bloats. Bloat should have an ability to lie down and play dead to give them stock. That is hilarious. So how about it reduces their movement speed by a lot. So they just kind of roll around on the floor. But then you basically have a landmine. That's pretty funny, and you can it's like burrowed banelings, man. Dude, that's kind of sick. You know, they already have the Dreadmaw burrow tech. Why not give us some lying down bloated corpses? I think it's fine giving them stock as long as it's stationary. Yeah, like stationary stock in multiplayer, you can just see where they become invisible, right? All right, here we go. This should be fun. Ready? Good luck, have fun. Demons of Chaos. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna park the bloat over here, miles away. Gonna burst them out of the trees. This will be perfect. In no way can this possibly go badly for me. Just move up with all our zombos. Gonna see a vanilla demon prince of your favorite spell. It's Burning Head. This guy's not a problem though. He's not a problem in the slightest.
We have a victory point. Keep it from the foe.
Okay, kind of mispositioned my doggos, but it's fine. All I really gotta do is just secure these here points. Yes! Plague Bearers! Alright, now here's the problem. This guy's flying. So he can land on a bloated corpse, basically anywhere. But he can't be everywhere. This is legitimately not terrible for me. I just need to be able to kill the Plague Bearers. And to do that, I gotta stop this guy from being so annoying. So I'll have to be a little wary. Like, Plague Bearers are amazing versus my infantry. That's the thing. Okay, and we're gonna see some Fiends O Slanesh. Also really bad for the bloats. I think that I'm just gonna have to settle for the one bloat. I'll let him take the 2 points. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna sit back and relax for a little bit. In fact, I'm gonna summon in the mortar team. Start hammering that. Then we're gonna go for the money shot. So the bloat needs to travel quite the distance. But if he can actually get there, he'll be the hero of our time. Get him, bloat. Get him. Stealth him. Speed him up. All right, some of the guns are getting a lot of damage on his lord. That's actually really nice. Let's see if we can get a bit more damage then. We're just gonna try and force him forwards. Oh, hell yeah. All right, this is good damage. He wants to Burning Head the artillery piece, I see. Well, I just need to drop artillery. Got him. All right, here we go. We get the bloats. This guy needs to duck and weave. Oh, wait, crap. This thing's about to run out. All right, there's no way he can commit over here. He has to deal with these guys. That's not bad, though. That's 500 gold. That actually paid for itself. Oh, boy. That's hilarious. Very nice. The artillery can get back into that position. And then I can just keep hammering them. Honestly, I already got an immense amount of lord damage. That's perfect. And if he doesn't see this bloat, he's just gonna lose his plague bearers. Oh, please just keep marching forwards. Okay, I need to distract him. I have to, like, advance to, like, freak him out. Crap, I think he saw it. What a disaster. Drop the artillery. He's gonna get another burning head out. Maybe he doesn't focus fire him, though. He has to retreat with a lot of his guys. That's pretty funny. Very nice. All right. Yeah, we're pulling out all the stops for this. We got the plague bearers to retreat, though, which is super important. And he actually burning heads a 300 gold unit. So that's going to put him very far behind, actually. All right, get him, bloat. He has to dodge the pings. Yes. Dodging complete. Come on, baby. Get in there, son. The plague bearers. I don't know if that's a lapse in Mike or if he's just giving it to me, but that guy just got 500 gold. Holy crap. Amazing. Amazing. Bloaty boy is OP. Confirmed. Oh boy, that's dumb. That's real dumb. All right, I gotta disengage from here though. Gonna start actually securing these points. Gotta definitely kill off the plague bearers. We actually have to get into this here fight. But so far, so okay, I'd say. Are those Slaneshi Furies? Chaos Furies. Okay, they're not a big deal. I think Silostra can safely get her summon off now, too. We got lots of Lord damage. I'll be able to kill the Fiends with the summon. And the Furies are distracted by my doggos. Perfect. Death Guard won't die to Pinks. Pinks are kind of chumpy. Very nice. There we go. Oh my goodness, bro. I can't believe the bloats actually cooked this game. They unironically did really well versus the mid-tier infantry. And the plague bearers are so slow they can't even dodge. Now, is it meta? I don't know, man. I don't know if bloats are meta here. But it was certainly better than one might have expected. And now I have a free caster, essentially. Or a free little fighter lady over here. That can cast Von Hells on random units. Of course, the dismounting the artillery to save me from burning head was really good too. But we're gonna pretend it was the bloats, okay? One day demons will cook. Yeah, demons of chaos. They really only got, like, despite the large roster, so much of it is so bad you can kind of tell what they're gonna bring most of the time. And that really sets them back, doesn't it? This is pretty doomed, though. He got too much damage on his lord.
Fleet Captain! One of your units has been destroyed.
Oh man, I can't wait to check the value though. Definitely, I think they both got 500. I can be pretty sure they both got 500. All right, more zombies. Pretty solid. Wow. And he taps out.
Unending glory is yours.
I can't believe we did it. Bloated corpse. Truly magnificent. Look at the plague bearer value. This guy got nothing, bro. He got nothing. This bloat got 400 gold. This one got 433. Dang. Can you believe they used to cost 425? Oh, jeez. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to get Ulrich Wall now. Oh, boy. Ulrich Wall is a scary player. I really deleted his lord, though. Thankfully, Demons of Chaos, their lords just suck. Dang, dude. Nothing really did super well versus zombie spam. Okay, nice. And we're up against Ulrich Wall on Proving Grounds. Okay. MVP. Ulrich Wall's pretty nasty. They have 2 wins in a row so far, by the looks of it. And I will need to hopefully not get super counterpicked. Bloated corpse greater than entire demon faction. I will say the demons are quite expensive. The only cheap unit they can chuck at bloated corpses are Nurglings. But even the one that hit the blue It turns out if they can hit the blue straight on, then they will actually get their value. I only wish that this fleet captain was not so ludicrously expensive. Why is she so expensive, bro? I don't want to pay... Okay, I guess without the ability, she costs 600. Still, though, this is not a 600 gold stat line. I think people would rather have infantry. Yeah, 2 bloats got effectively 1k value because they diminished the units to the point of crumbling. Oh, man. I will say this lady is kind of nifty for capture weight, but still. I could have 2 extra zombie deckhands. I feel like the bloats might be good in the vampire counts matchup since they have no range and use a lot of melee clumped up. Okay, so what if they don't clump up the melee? I know they tend to blob, but like what if they don't? It would only work if they used Graveguard. Do they use Graveguard? No, they usually use Crypt Horrors, right? So if it's just infantry, the bloat would trade into like a skeleton spear, I guess? I don't know if that works. Especially if the skeleton spear barely holds on at 25% HP and they still disrupt your ranged. But I haven't played the matchup in a while, so if they do use Graveguard, the bloated corpses are actually insane. Or zombies, no value. Yeah, I think if they use Graveguard, they're insane. Like, actually, any faction that brings a 700 gold or more unit, you can use the speed of Lycos and you just actually trade it out. It's one of the best ways to clear mid-tier infantry, but you only get 1 shot. Now, wait just a second. Wait just a darn second. What if I can get 2 shots at it? God. The double down. What if I double down? The Mourngull's not even that useful anyways. Oh boy. So if I do this, I can have 2 speeds of Lycos, and then I can overcast Von Hells. For only 8 winds of magic, it does become AoE. And then I can kill 2 units of infantry. If they only have 1 good infantry unit, let's say it's like Forsaken and they can only bring 5. If I kill 2, they only have 3 left. Oh boy. Is this the MLG plays? I can get a depth guard here. That's kind of nifty. Is this the true MLG plays? The double speed of Lycos? Oh boy, it's real. It's real dumb, guys. Desummon and resummon. Let's see here. I guess you would be cheaper. So would I spend 700 gold effectively to have another stealth bloated corpse? Maybe. Though the stealth spell is best in the early game when both sides are kind of posturing. Alvic Wall picks vampire counts, wood elves, and high elves. I'll play versus high elves. Okay, here we go. Here we go, people. This map has trees. I can jabate them. I can super jabate them. Redeem the stretch in water. Thank you. Oh boy, here we go. Ooh. Stretch and drink for the bloats, the aquatics. So if I can kill 2 archers from the get-go, it actually puts the high elves in kind of an awkward position. It's probably going to do more than the Mourngull anyways. So if I just double speed of Lycos, rush out, they won't even see it coming because I'm deploying with the bloats. Then we're invincible, right? starting to approach your levels of delusion. This build is definitely it has cooked pretty hard. Let me see. Okay, if I lose this match, I might not make it to top 4, so we'll have to lock in for this. Oh boy. So essentially I'm spending like 2,000 gold for 2 really big explosions wherever I want. 2,000 gold for that sounds so steep, but it's only the cost of like 2 Morn goals. If they blob up, if they blob up, there's a chance I just immediately win. We do know how fast the bloats can travel. They can travel about like what, 200 meters before they reveal themselves. It's basically undodgeable, right? When will squats return? Oh yeah, I should get back on that at some point. I guess I'll enable it now. Man's gotta exercise, doesn't he? Viewer rewards. Yo, where's Ulrich Rawl at? Ulrich Rawl's nowhere to be seen. Alright, there you go. Squats back. Bloats also have 65 charge speed. There's no escape. Like, when they reveal themselves, yes, you can't actually micro. You can't actually micro away from them. Is the Kraken King back with the bloats? Yes. I need to use Kraken's pole, though. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Use Tide Call to slow down enemies. Okay, at some point, the bloat's already invisible, man. They're not going to dodge it. I just got to find the right targets. I think I know where he's going to deploy, though. If he deploys tree side, he's so screwed. Like, basically, we have Ulrich Rawl deploy tree side. That's where my trees are. We walk up, we stealth, we push forwards, and before he's done reforming his ranks, while they're still kind of messy and blobbed up, bloats out of nowhere. We killed 2 units per bloat. And then victory is ours, and there's the squats. Alright. 1, 2. Hey, Mr. Gray, welcome to the crew.
At your service.
Oh. It's what, 5? I lost count. Local streamer can't count to 10. How would you encourage an explosive blob to form? I think if I make him worried about capturing points quickly, and I kind of position far away. Ooh, and I kind of position on the opposite end of the map. Ulrich Rawl might let up and just go for a basic walk forwards and not actually split the army up. They form naturally in the initial engagement, not versus Ulrich. Ulrich Rawl's an OG from the Warhammer 2 days. Oh, been a while since it's class. But yeah, they're an OG from the Warhammer 2 days, so they will not blob as much in melee. There's no incentive to blob your units anyways, so with or without bloats, it's not gonna work so well. Alright. Phew. What the meaty dangler? Why does your icon have a little hand next to it? What is that? All right, Ulrich Wall's armor building. So this is probably our last match before semifinals. Us getting into semis depends entirely on this match. Yo, I really do hope the double speed of Lyco strat is worth it. If the bloats were free, let's say, it would probably be worth, right? Like 700 gold for a stealth bloat and you get the caster. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's just crazy good, right? Even if you kill like a 300 gold unit. So if the bloats were free, the strat would be worth. The question is, when does it not become worth? I guess, like, I don't know. Maybe it is just good? I will say in that game, it was not bad killing off a whole blue for free. It really disrupts your opponent's lines where suddenly they just have a massive gap in it. It's quite hard to reform. Are the deck droppers any use? They're kind of janky. They have a hard time shooting. And they're also countered by all the new flying units. They also take a really long time to get value. So in like the land battle days, you had to restock ammunition on them a lot. All right, here we go. It is time. See this forest over here? This is what we're going to be making use of. So he moves in through here, and then we get the stealth bloats out. We blow him up. I deploy here to bait him into moving quickly onto these points. Bloat should be caster summons. At that point, they just become a better spell. It's just... the spell would have to cost way too much. Honestly, the unit's kind of hard to balance because it's quite a swingy unit. Like, yeah. It's just extraordinarily swingy. Okay, so we're not gonna let them know that we are going for the strat. So I just have to play as if we are but a normal vampire coast player. Just here to have a little bit of fun. You know, I got my my ultra wide kind of zombie core over here. Nothing to worry about. I'm posturing super hard for this. You don't have to worry about your units here. They'll be fine. They'll be totally fine. What's the worst that can happen? And then kaboom. So we're gonna park right at the edge of this forest. We know they can move about 200 meters. That's just enough to get onto the points. I reckon the bloats can get like about there or there, and then they'll reveal themselves. It'll also cost me 8 winds of magic, which is kind of steep, but whatever. If we can win this, it'll be amazing. Maybe I can send it to turn. Bloat of corn army ability. I think, you know, it really makes it less exciting though if it's just like an ability. I like the idea of summoning them in and they kind of just beeline towards you. Personally, I would say make them just have more HP and more damage. I don't think they should be countered by single entities and archers and chaff. They should have like... You should have fewer counters. Like, they should trade evenly versus chaff. They should be decent against archers. And single entities should counter them. I think that's kind of what makes a nice balance. And, you know, single entities can counter them super hard. That way, if they ever are a problem, people will just run counters. It's kind of like the mask where people will run a lot of sniping spells. They do that so that the mask just kind of gets bullied. They get bullied by the spell casting. And then once the meta shifts that way, you think, hey, you know, if they're all bringing sniping abilities, why don't I just bring someone cheaper, like a caster lord, or someone that can heal more, like a Nakari. Now, unfortunately, Slaanesh does have a lot of very snipeable lords, but even a keeper of secrets can be rather tanky. But all right, here we go. So there's the formation. We got a couple archers with light armor. We got the talons of Tor Kaleda. And we also have the bloats lying in wait. This should be a good one. So this is exactly what we wanted to see. I just have to bait them into pushing my position a bit more. Firecaster, who would have guessed? Whoop. Kindle flame indeed. No magic attacks though. And it's just gonna be more archers, okay. Very standard, very typical. Alright. Gonna get the dog charge. Is this gonna kill their lord? That would be pretty funny if it did. Just gonna cast a burning head here. Ouch. Alright, maybe not worth. Oh, wow, those are proper archers. Those are Sisters of Avalorn, okay. So, we back up just a smidge. Gonna use Silostra's little ability over here on the spearmen, beat them up. And then we're gonna put some pressure on with the mortars. Mortars are kind of perfect for this. You can just start getting in a bit of work. See the positioning here. Okay, here we go. I think we're doing it. Hopefully he doesn't see that spell being cast. Here we go. Where's that lord going? Wait, did he see him? Or is he going for the artillery? I think he's going for the artillery. Oh, jeez. All right, bloat's fine. Bloat's fine. Get him. Get him, boys. He's focused on the burning head. He's focused on other things. Okay, we got one. We got one. He's like, what happened there? Oh, crap. Jeez Louise, that bloat took a massive volley. Come on, get there. Get there, City. Oh. All right, you know what? Good enough damage. Good enough damage. I'll take it. Then we send in the dogs. Here we go. We've disrupted the opponents. They are thoroughly discombobulated. And now the big push begins. And those sky cutters, that's crazy pick. That's a wild pick. Alright, this is good though. The dogs are all over. And of course we can use the cavalry here to get a lot of work done. I gotta be a little bit careful about this position though. It's not the prettiest. Okay, and the sky cutters are just chilling on these guys. That's not a big deal. Unfortunately for me, the depth guard were kind of idle. Kind of forgot about them. It's a little bit of a whoopsie-doopsies on my end. I think we're still okay. Because the mass doggage is really getting all in on them. Plus, these casters are actually not too bad here either. I suspect they can actually get a decent amount of work done. Fortunately, this artillery crew is just kind of dying, but we'll live, we'll live. I mostly just want to get these archers dead. There we go. Pretty good. Very nice.
One of your units has been destroyed.
And then I can get another Moringal in here in a second. Okay, nice. Can I reman the artillery? Come on. Oh god, I hate remanning artillery. There we go. That's gonna stabilize their leadership a bit. There's the Silostra. She's doing pretty good. Okay, we got some solid routes over there, and now he's spamming cavalry, which is not amazing. Very nice. I should be able to capture this point too. The question is, do I get another bloat? Probably not. Probably not, realistically, but you never know. I will say the Skycutters are actually doing very little too. We love to see that. And the Depth Guard, of course, are gonna clutch it out. The Lord over here kind of suffering pretty hard. Very nice. And hey, the doggy cleanup crew going pretty well, I'd say. It's not completely over just yet, but this is certainly an amazing position for us. Let's actually buff up the dogs real quick. Give them that speed boost so that they can do even more work against his poor guys. There we go. Lots to manage for sure. But the Skycutters are now disrupted, which is perfect for him. Very nice. Archers look like they're suffering pretty hard. And I count only some small pockets of archers left. They're not going to be perfect for this. Though those Sisters of Avalorn will be problematic. Value trading wise, we're actually doing pretty good. And partially the bloats did contribute to this, which is hilarious. Accidental dodge on the Burning Head 2. Very nice. Your high elves. Your high elves cannot defeat me, good sir. Vampire Coast too strong. I can't believe it. It's actually going pretty well. Now, it was mostly because the dogs were able to get in. Again, we're going to pretend it was the bloats. We will pretend it was the bloats that did it. Okay, so more Oceanids over here. They capture super slowly, though. I can just use dogs to distract them forever. And they'll just never be able to actually secure the point. At least that's the hope. Dude, the double caster's actually super annoying. There's very little that can deal with the casters. It's kind of great. I'm not gonna lie. And we routed off the Skycutters. How perfect. Very nice. Dogs are gonna get to munch now. Oh, don't tell me this strat can actually work. This is the second time I've been a high level high health player. Like, attack speed and Aulic Raw aren't noobs, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this scrub looks. But seriously though, these are like tournament ready players. They're not slouches by any means. They are genuinely quite terrifying. And we actually just trounced them. We actually trounced them while memeing. I don't know what he's supposed to even do. These poor Oceanids doing the best. Now he will be able to secure this point, but he'll never be able to hold it because I'm just gonna keep spamming a million zombies. Or if he does, he just has like 2,000 gold over there, doing effectively nothing, which is obviously very bad. This will be a good little spellcasterino over there. So there's the point secured, but now what do you do, good sir? Now what do you do? You're never gonna steal these ones. At least not if I have any say in it. The double caster is kind of like double White King. They're just there to be annoying. Oop, can we get that Lord surround? He chucks out a regrowth on her. From a second caster. That's wild, man. The guy has a regrowth? Why do you have regrowth? That's not even... It's not meta against Coast at all. Alright. Well, let's just keep spamming the zombos. Silostra is on the point now. And Oceanids don't do magic damage. That's pretty funny. I will need to pile on a little bit more, though. Alley-oop, alley-oop. How's the regrowth doing? She might actually live. That regrowth might be able to save her butt. This is just such a big tide of units, though. And there's like, what, one spear coming in to stop that? Ain't no way. Ain't no way you're gonna be able to take back the points against me, good sir. And there goes the Lord. Cheap skirmishers are the only way to survive this tactic. Well, technically, Vampire Coast, like Manti just beats the skirmishers. You kind of need to have the infantry to clear all the zombies.
of your units
it is
has been destroyed.
yeah, I think you need a bunch of chaff. You need a bunch of chaff infantry if you wanna win against this. But yeah, there you go. Easy point retake. Silastra dead, but that doesn't matter because I can resummon her. GG. Wow.
Glory is yours.
Wow. I can't believe it. The bloats won it. The bloats actually won it. They actually got plus 100 gold value. With the speed of Light Coast, though, they only just barely paid for themselves, but it's still good. It's still good. So, like, the thing is, trading evenly is actually super good for Coast because you want the zombies to be a menace. And if you kill off 2 archers from the get-go, like, look at the value that the archers can get normally. Actually, these guys didn't get that much. I guess I got a really good dog charge. But, like, it's all about shutting down the archers. And I can only take 4 dogs. So this kind of increases my mobility if we were to hard copium it. It kind of increases the mobility. Obviously, the Sky Cutters was a bad idea. That did nothing versus the artillery. I think if he didn't take the Sky Cutter and took 2 more archers or got an Oceanid sooner, maybe it could have been sus. The Reavers are bad, though. Reavers didn't do anything at all. I think a lot of people are scared of Crab Coast, too. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. They're actually almost cooking. I can't believe that they used to cost 425, though. It's so hard to get value. Honestly, make them like 300 or 250, and you might actually want to do this. Because these 2 ladies got 550 gold combined. They cost about 1500. So they cost 1500 plus 700. So you want to get about 2200 gold value. I ended up getting a little under, but that's still not bad. They didn't die. They're 3 capture weight. If they were as tanky as Vikings, if they were armored, that would be insane. If only they were armored. You already showed how broken they can be at 300. I will say that archer deletion was pretty high. Although one killed a ship's company, right? Or was it a spearman? No, it was a spearman. Did it land? Let me check the replay real quick. I can't believe we're winning, though. I can't believe we're winning. A lot of this is just because Coast is good, I swear. Kind of map dependent. Yeah, the trees are also really important. Though, you can walk up and stealth them and it's still really hard to spot. His lord ran straight by a bloat and did not see it. You real jealous of me not having to shovel snow? It's pretty great. It's pretty great. Who needs a driveway? But yeah, look at this. So the stealth is actually almost impossible to spot unless you're already on top of the bloats. So you can kind of just invis them and then the lord's kind of just stuck. You can see here, right? He's invisible. He has a mighty 57 speed. Now these guys were kind of spread out. Maybe they could have gone this spear unit, but no, they spread out too. It's crazy though. They just walked right by each other. And the artillery's hilarious too, because it gets them distracted. You can see he comes out of nowhere. Kills off the entire archer unit. The whole archer unit. This guy tanks a volley of arrows, which I guess is actually not too bad. Unfortunately, he only traveled this distance. So it is about 200 meters, not 250. And he wasn't able to catch these archers. The explosion was too small. But when you hit center mass, you can actually kill a whole unit of infantry. And I guess that did expose the center line so that my zombies could actually push in. I will say, those are about as money as you can get. Those hits do not get any better. Unless your opponent is dramatically misplaying by just blobbing for no reason. Oh man, though, that was sick. And these ladies are actually so annoying for the archers. Because they got 38 base speed. Yeah, 38 base speed. Tomb Kings with the bloated corpse, hide them in Sandstorm. Yo, if Nagash lets you combine mechanics, you can do the bloats and stealth. It's kind of sick though. It's kind of sick.
Victory point.
But yeah, the bloats trade evenly. Everything else up trades. It's a good time.
One of your units
You do
has
need
been
really good
destroyed.
dog micro to make sure that the elves
One of your
don't just shoot you to death. Because even a few more archers and you're kind of screwed. You can see the density of my units is real thin. Because these two ladies account for like 4 zombies worth. But I guess I'm already maxed out on zombies. So really I'm just losing out on Mourngulls. So I guess that's a big question, right? Would I rather have these ladies or Mourngulls?
one of your
These ladies are harder to shut down because they don't die to cavalry. They are kind of slow though. I don't know if they actually have enough battlefield presence to really love them. In here though, on this point, they were not bad. So like, you know, they kind of have a hard time getting on the point, but then I give the attack command. Yeah, and they just give too much capture weight. This one was AFK.
No. The enemy has slain.
Man, if the casters were just slightly better, man. Give me White Kings with speed of Lycos and and we're set. Curious about how Nagash will work in multiplayer. Like, will all 3 factions get him? Yeah, I don't know, man. Hopefully they don't do Nagash like they did Bearman. Just everybody has him. Maybe he'll be his own faction. With kind of like how Wargs of Chaos pulls from all the Chaos factions, but they have limited marks that they can get. Nagash can kind of be similar. Kite is probably the way to go here. I've played against Kite before. It tends to run out of ammo against all these guys, but I'm willing to face it. I don't think Kite is the worst thing ever. I think it can do decent, but yeah. Yeah, 4-1 with the bloats. Not washed, confirmed. Just waiting on a couple more matches to finish. So it looks like myself, Azac, B6, and Winterwind are the most likely players to make it to top 4. Think I don't need 1,000 saves of the replays? What do you mean? This is super good. I actually have been deleting them. This is only like 200 replays and it takes forever to load, man. It's pretty bad. I put in a request to CA to try and fix it so that it doesn't take so long to load. But I think that's pretty low priority for him. If you increase the XP, if you chevron the bloats, it doesn't make any difference. It does actually nothing. Except for maybe slightly increase their chance to do damage to single entities when they charge them. Because they do have a melee attack that does like 500 damage. But definitely not worth. Super not worth. Also, yeah, a lot of these saves are for videos just in case. And I kind of just purge them when updates come out and they break it all. I think this game's pretty low for CA in general. 40k. Fingers crossed. Yeah, chevroning the bloat should give them bigger explosions. But they can't even chevron in campaign unless you do some weird auto-resolve shenanigans. Or weird giving your army experience shenanigans. If the chevrons gave speed, dude, chevrons giving speed would be wild. That would be very unbalanced. Speed is one of the strongest stats in the game, though it would be pretty fun to see. Get that cardio chevron going. Decent chance Nagash will be balanced in domination, but I expect him to be a nightmare in land battle. Which is good, because Vampire Counts is very uncompetitive in land battle. Yeah, Vampire Counts gets cheesed a ton. Last I was looking at it. Maybe it changed, but that's kind of how I see it. Gotta get really lucky with them coming back. Got 2 Dead Rise again? Oh, jeez. Try the strat with 40k. The greenskin tech. It's gonna be just as bad, isn't it? Okay. So, myself and Azac are done. We're still waiting on B6 and Winterwind. When will you make the mod that replaces all unit deaths with bloated corpse explosions? Oh. At some point. Let's see here. I'll remind the person who's modding it for me. It's Trizik. Are they in chat? Have they messaged? Messaged earlier. I'll send them a message. Although, wouldn't that just become the Empire mass gun thing again? I guess I could play a melee faction. Alright, couple more matches. Attack speed might be able to make it too if they win their next match. They're facing B6. So the winner of that match will be going up. Winterwind might be able to make it. I think we actually knocked out Oliver Crawl. Oh, you guys want to see you guys want to see a sick mod? So they did finish one mod. And that is the maximum speed mod. So essentially the way this works, let me see if I have it here. Did they send me the mod pack? Okay, yeah. Yeah, this one. Let me just download it real quick. But yes, it is the Slaanesh is the slowest faction mod. I need to figure out a proper title for it. Let's see here. So Warhammer 3 data, we paste that in there. But yeah, essentially what was done is that all units have 500 speed. Every single one of them. Except for Slaanesh units, which is the faction I'll be playing. So I don't know if this makes it absolutely impossible for me to win. Yeah, Slaanesh. I play Slaanesh and so is everyone else. Yeah, look at this. So if I lock in as Slaanesh, and let's do troll. So let's do troll country. We'll do normal difficulty, right? And we'll just pick like, I don't know, Norska and auto-generate an army. Auto-generate for Slaanesh. So I want you guys to witness how insane this is. This might be one of the most difficult mods to win. You basically need to be able to death blob it. But Slaanesh doesn't have the best death blobs. They have the War Shrine. So you can see my units are pretty normal, right? They're just, you know, basic speed. And you may notice that it looks like my opponent is playing on 4x speed. And that's because they are. Their units have 500 speed. Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, and this is what I have to deal with. This is the plan. Oh geez, they just run right through everything. They're all over me. Yeah, this is gonna be slightly terrifying. Now, a proper late game Doom stack can probably deal with this. It's so fast. Come on, dude. I feel so slow. It actually feels like I'm playing against 4x speed. What's the worst unit? Oh, dang, dude. When you have mass and they charge into you, they just die. Look at them bouncing off the spawn. What is going on? Hell yeah. Okay, all right. Maybe we have a chance. We can use physics against them, people. Yeah, so essentially what I need to do is I need to get a lot of mass. Yo, that's kind of funny, though. It's like a little hidden counter, isn't it? Oh, geez, my lord's dying. Can she escape? How fast is this guy? 500? Alright, I still got the Fury summon. We're fine. There we go. Whoa, my Furies are fast. Hey, look at that. We get to dip in it. I guess it's just all the base Slanesh units. But yeah, we're going to be trying to play a campaign with this mod. Unfortunately, the Dread mod doesn't have speed. But I guess that makes sense. But yeah, units kind of just bounce around. Very funky indeed. Obviously, melee is still quite similar, but if they use their cavalry effectively, we're dead. I just can't afford to let them use the cav effectively. Though there's a non-zero chance that if I spam spawn and they just rush into me, they just all die. Let me see, because the AI likes to spam a lot of infantry, so maybe it's way easier than I thought it is. So like, what if I have an army that is just like only mass? So you have like some cavalry, we got some of these guys. Because the impact hits are where it's at. A couple spawn. And then for them, it's just only infantry. Maybe it's sick. What's their mass? 160. I don't know how berserkers are heavier than champions. That muscle density, man. Okay, nice. We do have our top 4 though. So it's me versus Winterwind and Azac versus attack speed. At Intensity versus at Winterwind. At Azac versus attack speed. Some people didn't qualify because they need 3 wins at least. Left side is top bracket. And the tournament maps are right over here. Okay, very nice. So I can set up my game, but first things first, what happens if I just charge these guys? 19 Weight Watcher stack incoming. The skirmishing would be painful, yes. Yeah, so what if I do this? Oh, dang, man. Dude, these guys suck against mass. Oh, that's hilarious. It's, you know, it kind of makes sense though, right? Right? If you get hit by a car moving at 100 kilometers an hour, it's the same as running into a car at 100 kilometers per hour. Oh, man. All right. I have a strat. I have a strat that might work. Unfortunately, it kind of becomes a big old mosh pit, but that first impact is where it's at. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Physics. Oh, man. Now, it doesn't mean my infantry's gonna suck, though, but we can manage that. You know our fix for this? Nah, leave it as is. It's funnier this way. First things first. Tournament time. I gotta face Winterwind. Yo, yo. The mass Uno reverse. Mechanically very interesting. Yeah, I guess you getting knocked back is actually just based off of, like, it's based off the speed of both units. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It's not actually, that's not how, like, they shouldn't get flung back, right? If they're going super fast, they should just slam into like a brick wall. Let's see, what was Winterwind playing? Tzeentch. Ah, yes. All right. And the map was Lost Temple of Sotek. Okay. Let's do it. Lost Temple's not a terrible map. I do have the mega stealth plays. Azac is playing vampire counts, and attack speed is high elves. Oh boy. All right, it'll be a little sketch, but I think we can fight him. Honestly, I do really like this double stealth bloat build. Excuse me. It does feel actually quite decent. If we're playing versus Tzeentch, does anyone know if Furies beat Fellbats? Like, if I take 2 Fellbats, do they lose or win versus Furies? Give the Dreadmaw speed. Nah, it's fine. We like to keep it simple. It's better for the VGOs. You could take Gaze of Nagash and ruin the blue scribes' day. Oh yeah, double Gaze of Nagash is just insta kill. But that's not what we're about. We're about the bloaties today. I just gotta get those sick hits on the blues. Unfortunately, my bloats are asking to get sniped immediately. You want to see a Dreadsorian at 500 speed? If I'm playing Slanesh, ooh, I can seduce units. I just noticed I can seduce units. Wait, that's actually kind of OP. I did not even consider. So that makes the campaign actually playable then. I'm not going to instantly die. It just will be very difficult. Definitely difficult to micro, that's for sure. Can we get a mod where the AI uses spells from the Mirror of Madness? I think that we did have one idea of letting the AI spam nukes, like Ikiclaw nukes. Just like everyone has Ikiclaw nukes, basically. That one is definitely fun. No seducing, just slowing. Come on, let me cheat a little bit. It's the mechanic, man. It's how it works. I won't use, I won't ally the world, though. That's just too cheesy. But let me enjoy some 500 speed units, even if it is just a couple. A big question, though. Are there enough trees to hide some bloats? I see a couple trees over here. I think this tree line is just enough. Yeah, so... We're gonna do the thing. There we go. We got the bloats rearing and ready to go. We're gonna park the depth guard also in the trees. Yep, so that they are stealthed. And then we're gonna get all the zombos. Line them up. My opponent has a mighty 12 units. That is not a huge amount. Very nice. So I'll just do the usual, just walk forwards and kill him strat. Ready, good luck, have fun. And fingers crossed, the bloaties are able to cook. The worst part is that my opponent knows about the strat now. But he still can't see the bloats. It doesn't matter if you know what the strategy is. Is that a Tzeentch sorcerer? This guy knows how to have fun. Oh, we got a chaos chariot. All right, I see how it is. The guy's got a lot of stuff. Now, if this guy randomly rolled into a net, that would suck. But I think his abilities are always the same, so it should be a bunch of useless stuff. And I can just kind of stall this capture point like so. Silostra's getting in there. Alright, then what? So these are Marauders of Tzeentch. They ain't too bad. I'm gonna see if I can bait them into moving into this position. Mayhaps. And the Marauders, I don't really have to worry about very much. think I do want some Morin goals for the chariots, though. Oh, what are you doing? You know, if he lands on these bloated corpses, it's not like that helps him much anyways, right? He just loses the Furies for 2 bloats. So it's technically still fine for me. I just need to, don't spot him. Don't spot the bloats. Okay, so Lostra can bully him. Okay, and then he's just going to go for this, which is fine. Because I do have Depth Guard. And the dogs can run down the Furies pretty effectively. Okay, just gotta get the bloats a little closer. Just a little closer, and then we're good. Furies have a really bad habit of leashing back into combat. Okay, nice, nice. Can we get the blob? Come on, give me the blob. Give me the blob. Oh crap, does he see him? No, not yet. Okay, the bloats are invisible. Go, go, go. Operation Stealth Mission bloats. This is their time. They've been training their whole lives for this singular moment. Hopefully the spawn don't get in their way. Is this good enough? Oh, he sees it. Get him. Yes. All right, we got one. We got one, boys. There's the other one. This one still has to weave the net. He has to give him the slip through. Or distract his dudes or something. That's a pretty good route, though. I do have another Von Hells very soon. Okay, here we go, here we go. Give him the slip. Oh, hell yeah. Get the Von Hells. Come on. Come on. No, what did you hit, bro? Oh, man. He walked into something. Oh, there's a single spawn. You see that guy flailing around? Oh, jeez Louise, man. It's okay. We get ripped off sometimes. He still died a hero. Hero of the people. Oh, geez. Chariots are back. I think we're still doing okay, though. A little bit of a spell here. Is that a Skaven vortex or something? It's kind of hard to tell. But I'm sure it's not too problematic. And then, of course, chariots get shut down pretty hard by Morin goals. Gonna get Hailstorm over there. Not a big problem at all. We've routed off a bunch of fools, and I can start capturing his back point. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, man walked into a spawn, man. I didn't see it. The spawn was so tiny. He didn't have the little red, he didn't have the little red triangle to let me see him. Also, dang, the spell casting's going kind of crazy. This guy's fully amped almost. But is it enough? Just because you have spells doesn't mean you can get a lot of work done with them. Morin goals, doing not bad. We have routed a couple of these guys. I think if I just spam doggos, we'll be okay. To clean up the marauders. Very cost-efficient way to get that job done. Is that a Tzeentch bombardment you're chucking on me? It is. Okay, well, we're just gonna slowly walk out of that. Fleet captains are actually pretty good versus spawn, by the by. They, you know, spawn don't have armor, so it's perfect. There we go. Jesus, spellcasting's going wild, though. I do have to be a little careful because given enough time, you will just spellcast me to death. The Marauders of Tzeentch here, too, also kind of chunking me. The cleanup crew not going as well as I would have hoped for. And it looks like he just wants to hunker down. Okay, so the guy wants to spam a million spells. That much is very obvious. The question is, though, can he actually secure points? It's not nearly as many Furies as last time. I'm gonna brace the zombos so that the chariots don't do too much damage to him. And they should be able to hit pretty hard back. Spawn just got knocked into oblivion by a Moringal. Is it dead? He lives at 9. What a Chad. But yeah, it looks like the chariots are not really getting in too much. The doggos are doing great. If I can get another Moringal there, we're kind of set. I can probably start pushing this position too. As Chariot's just going to take 50 years to kill this many zombies. It's just super cost inefficient. And if I get a Moringal there, he's just kind of doomed. Ain't no way this Chariot's going to be able to do anything. So I think we're actually in a pretty good position. I just kind of need to advance and then we're good. Silostra has some wonderful spells. And I cannot wait to get the sick plays with the Silostra summons. The double heroes too, man. Double heroes will be amazing. And there we go, there's the summon. And there's the rear charge. Glorious, glorious rear charge. What is this, Plague Monks? Guy just summoned Plague Monks on me, alright. Yo, Silostra and the boys though. Silostra and the ladies. Gonna be killing off his lord. That's actually pretty hype. Point is mine because I have the heroes all over. Can we kill off the Plague Monks though? I guess we'll see. Oh man, dude, that Cav summon though was sick. Alright, can we kill the Lord though? I don't know. Definitely Tzeentch winning this up. I think we are gonna be able to achieve victory. And that's just because this guy, even though he has a million spells, they're not the most optimal spells. You won't always have the best position to cast them. Like that comet, it killed like a couple hundred gold worth of zombies. Not really the end of the world for me. So that's why, even though you can get infinite magic, it's actually not as good as you might think. Still though, match is not over. Depth Guard are dying. Moringals are dying. That's a pretty nasty burning head, and there's blues on the horizon. Here's the thing though, I have 1,000,000 gold. So I can just bring in more dudes, right? I think that's what we do. We just dude spam them. If I just keep spamming zombies, ain't no way he can kill me in time. On a triple cap, he has about 3-4 minutes. And I have 1,000,000 pole arms. There's no way, man. The cost effectiveness is through the roof. Though they might actually recap to this point. With this lordy over here. It's gonna be close with the terror out of these guys. Maybe not. Oh my goodness. Yo, these guys are a menace. The lady squad. Kind of cooking. Oh man, and yeah, the resurgence of the zombies is so rough to deal with. Though this one blue is going to be able to secure the point. Very unfortunate for me. We're gonna need to kill off these guys too. Maybe it's not quite over. I have to be a little bit careful, just a smidge. This will be a good tide call though. As long as he doesn't get final transmutation, I guess. Final transmutation would certainly end me. Ouch. Okay, Chariot's kind of cooking. I actually really need a Moringal on this point. It would be a disaster if we somehow manage to lose this. Though I do win on a 1 cap, and sitting on this 1 point over here is good. It's just gonna be a hot second. Now this Fury can slow me down. And I think they will, but I can use dogs to kind of trade them. That part is fine. Silostra, of course, is amazing. Big spell cast. Alright. You can hear the worry in my voice, though. Things are actually getting a little sus. Okay, thank goodness for those Moringals. That's a spell and a half. Don't know what that is, but if it kills the Furies, I'm okay. What the? Oh, it's the, it's the Grand Cathay spell. He actually disengaged at a good time, too. Impressive. Alright, well, that makes this area a little too dangerous for me, then. We're gonna have to sit back and relax a little bit longer, then. Remember, there's more magic to come, too. This guy's fully amped up. But what I can do is I can kind of just wait and then steal this point while they go for this last one. Technically, though, they have 5 minutes, which is a very long amount of time. Gonna have to dodge all the spells we can. It's a Kraken's pull. You casting Kraken's pull on me? What a guy. What a guy, man. All right. I should be able to steal this one, though, if he's moved off of it. Dang, the spell casting though. Kind of sketchy. Silostra's still a Chad though. She has another one of these spells. And I can surprise them with the dogs. Vampire Coast is very good at stealing points extremely quickly. Yeah, losing that Kraken's pull was really rough. Okay, here we go. Let's just see if we can deal with these Furies. They're certainly very annoying. Capture weight is mine though. That's very good. Just gonna swing these doggos around and hopefully not too much magic can bully me here. Wow, that spell was kind of devastating. Most of the dogs will live though. And I think we still get this point, which is going to severely reduce the amount of time that he has. Big wastage of the abilities too. And we get the point. Huge. Okay, nice. So I just have to hold it. Honestly, if they had a slightly better ability placement, this would be really bad, but there's a huge pressure to spam spells to get these guys killed as fast as you can. And that's kind of putting them in an awkward position. This double cap's gonna go super hard. And I can even steal this point very soon if they're not careful. I think we just gotta get ready for the late game then. Just hunker down, steal the points, and enjoy. Dude, the hero squad's actually sick too. Hero squad's amazing. Whoops. Kind of cast that spell wrong. I will say they're getting some good damage spells. That part's a little scary. I still have capture weight though. And if we steal this one, it's totally over. If we can just get the home point. You can see a lot is, yeah. A lot is being committed into this area to try and save the point. Let's actually buff up the halberds a little bit. Get more zombos. This ended up being a lot sketchier than I was hoping for, but we do win in about 50 seconds now. And there's no sign that this point is going to be stolen, which is good. Doggos, we're just going to see if we can pull them off the point, maybe. But yeah, this one's just going to be so hard to secure. It's going to be an absolute menace. The amount of spell casting was quite admirable, though. But there ain't no way. I got infinity zombies, and Tzeentch is bad at capturing points. Great success. Oh, they finally got the final transmutation. Brutal. There it is. So that's just going to kill all my guys. Is that overcast? No, it's normal cast. It is hella spell amp, though. But, yeah, Vampire Coast. Vampire Coast too good, man. GG, well played. Woo, that was nasty. That was very nasty. And we got the bloat hits. We can check the bloat hits. Yeah, this is Winterwind. Never seen them before. They were playing a bit before. I think they took a break for a little bit. And then and now they're kind of coming back. One bloat unfortunately hit a spawn. The other one did get value though, 441. The final transmutation, yeah. The characters actually did pay for themselves. Unironically, these 4 units basically paid for themselves. Though using the magic too was a little sus. I don't know how I feel about it, but I do kind of need the speed. Silostra did good. The zombie spam was good. Depth guard amazing. Dogs worse than usual. I will say the Furies were kind of fun. This guy's hilarious. So yeah, the whole build is just spamming magic with this dude. But even at 4,000 value, this combo costs just as much. So not too crazy. Mourngulls were okay versus chariots. Yeah, the bloat. Man, the thing is, okay, I can feel that this is not as strong as a typical coast build, though, right? If I'm playing normal coast and we run into this, I usually just completely dominate. Because instead of this, you get like, you know, like 4 more Mourngulls or like a whole army of pistols. You can start with more dogs. But I will say it is a surprisingly small decrease. And that surprisingly small decrease still lets us get to the grand finals. So I guess it's good. I guess it's good. If they got final transmutation earlier, though, I would have lost. I was flagrantly blobbing with my heroes and just crossing my fingers, hoping that final transmutation wasn't going to come up. Man, that's crazy, though. It's actually almost there. It's so close. We're one vampire fleet captain or bloated corpse buff from this being actually meta. I think if we can save 200 gold somewhere, like if these casters just weren't so stupidly expensive, it would almost, man. Oh, man. But yeah, hopefully we face attack speed enjoyer and we can blow up some archers. That's always very fun. I will need to find a way to defend my mortars, though, against those cav backline dives. Because Mourngulls aren't going to beat them unless they're Reavers. And crabs are too expensive. So how do you kill the cav in your backfield? Dogs in his backfield is easy. Just get the dogs, get the Silostra, Ghost of the Past summon. How did they get infinite wins? Ah, yes, the Tzeentch War Shrine. So their lord was on a mount. If you take a Chaos Sorcerer Lord and put him on a Chaos War Shrine, then get 1,000,000 kills nearby to build up this ability, you get 100% power recharge. So that's 1 Winds of Magic every single 5 seconds. But you also get reserves. So in 10 seconds, you get a whole extra 1.5 Winds of Magic. Honestly, it's not as crazy as one might expect. But yeah, you combo that with the blue scribes, who get spell amplification as they cast spells. So they can get up to 60% more. That's kind of it, though. You actually don't get that much more magic, right? If you do it with Arcane Conduit, though, then maybe it's like 3 seconds per Winds of Magic, which is starting to get much better. Although my guess is it might just be 4 wins. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's kind of a, you know, it's kind of a nifty thing you can do. Is it actually good? Probably not. But yeah, let's see what the final map is. Rift at World's Edge. Okay. Rift at World's Edge. It's a fairly big map. There is a giant forest, though. Think about the big brain plays. We use the forest. Now, if Attack Speed Enjoyer expects me to bring bloated corpses, they can send units into the forest to find them. But I can expect Attack Speed Enjoyer to expect that. And what we do to counter is we use the Mourngulls, who have Strider, which makes them better in the trees. They are not hindered by being in the trees. So if he uses a unit of cavalry or Tyrion and runs into these bad boys, suddenly they're slowed, they're getting forest penalties, and they're just dying. And then a bloat comes out of nowhere and blows them up if they're dragon princes. If they're not, the bloat just ignores them, hides in the trees, and then pops out to Recarino his face. We'll see, though. We'll see. It's either Azac or Attack Speed Enjoyer. Azak's playing vampire counts, and if I had to face vampire counts, it's probably bad. But maybe I can bait my opponent into overblobbing or something and we win. Our Silostra still at full HP in that game. Silostra is weirdly tanky. Our melee defense is decent. 35 is okay. She does have the physical resist. Tzeentch obviously ignores that. But, you know, decent HP pool. She can kind of just sit there and grind. And if she's getting support from these ladies, they're constantly knocking down, you know, Zongors or what have you that are nearby. So she doesn't take too much damage. Let's see. Alright, so how would I want to do this? So if we're playing versus High Elves, I want a bunch of Moringles in the trees, yeah? We take the 2 Moringles in the trees. What we can do is we can get rid of these Zombos. Shift around a little bit of stuff here. Ooh, the money is tight. This is okay, but it puts so many of my zombies in reserve. I don't like that super much. Though, I guess we just summon these 2 guys at the very start anyways. I don't need so many fell bats versus high elves. You know, it's kind of funny to see Depth Guard be half decent. They're still not a good unit, but the stronger the zombies are, the stronger the Depth Guard get. Because people start hard countering zombies. They bring whatever they can to try and punish these guys. You know, let's shove on the bloat. But yeah, they bring all the standard counters to these guys because they're so worried about them. And then the bloats cook. Oh, Azac won. Dang, yo. I heard you won. They're playing vampire counts. Oh boy. Tyrion is immortal if he doesn't get summoned by surrounded by the summon knights. I guess if he's not misplayed. But unfortunately, Attack Speed and Joy lost. They lost a supposedly favored matchup. They got vampire counts. But this is good. I get to face Azac. And we will get to see how do they fare against this pure madness. This is a matchup where if they bring Graveguard, I might have a chance here. We may very well, but I think the entire build hinges on that going down. Which is not very comfortable at all, is it? Oh. Jeez, what does it take to balance the money on Vampire Coast? I swear, it's so easy to balance money on Coast usually, but the bloated corpses. I'm blaming the bloats. They're making it awkward to spend my monies. Okay, this'll do. Vampire counts, obviously, they have lots of infantry. They can take cavalry, which is pretty annoying too. Vampire counts just fairly nasty in general, but maybe the double fleet captain? There's no way they beat Vikings, though. There's no way they beat Vikings. Think you should take 20 zombies and see who outgrinds the other? Really makes for an exciting match. Yeah, that's that's like saying, you know, in chess, I think you should trade pieces and then throw them at each other and see who comes out slightly on top on pawns. Super exciting. You know, you can make anything sound boring if you oversimplify it. In this case, you know, the bigger thing, the strategy is the same, it's just a bit slower, which makes it less exciting from a viewer perspective. But trust me, we kind of have to be careful here. And we will be using bloats, of course. So, you know, at the very least, if you want a little bit of excitement, we do have that. Keep an eye out. I think this is actually not terrible versus the vampire counts. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I got some madness going. We got some insanity cooking up. Yeah, I've heard of chess boxing. I've seen chess boxing. It's pretty wild. But yeah, I think the biggest thing I have to worry about is Wind of Death. So I have to position very effectively versus that. I guess the thing that is being missed out on in these undead matchups though is reactionary play. You don't see a lot of people doing like quick reactions. It's actually almost purely strategy how undead mirrors work. And a lot of people, what they want to see is like big flashy, like, wow, he dodged the volley of bullets with his single entities and all that. So I think I can understand that. This is a goated matchup for the bloaties. If they bring Graveguard, I'm set. If we win this, I make it into a video. Yo, oh wait, no. I don't know why chess boxing reminds me of Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl is just I guess football is not about murdering your opponent. So it is just taking a normal game and layering on a little bit of violence. But football is already quite active. It's not quite like chess. Blood Bowl is hype though. Yeah, I did play a little bit of it. It's fun. Come on. Give me the grave guard. Give me the grave. Alternatively, if the bloats just hide in the trees and they run into a unit of crypt ghouls or something. That is pretty free, right? What if I just camp his vanguard points? No more crypt ghouls. They're probably the best unit I can hit. You want to buy the Bretonnian team for tabletop? What does Bretonia have? Bretonia seems like the weirdest faction for Blood Bowl. How do they play? Oh, I think he's almost ready. He changed his banner. Alright, here we go. There is one advantage here for Vampire Coast. And that's that my zombies. My zombos. They have way better capture rate per gold spent. So vampire accounts can spend 300 gold on a skeleton for 2 capture weight because they're expendable. My guys aren't expendable. So I can spend less, only 250, for 5 capture weight. It's quite good. It is actually as cost efficient as zombie capture weight. But it's like I can take 12 of them. Australian football is basically Blood Bowl. Jeez Louise. Isn't there enough killing you? Is vampire counts favored? Yeah. It is, but maybe not impossible. It's not a match if I played a ton, though. So maybe he just, like, runs me over with a million knights. We'll see. We'll see. Here's the play. I got my Morn goals. There's a chance we see some crypt ghouls here at the very beginning. If I can just get a free pick there, that would be amazing. We got the double bloat and the double caster. They can hunker down on this point. This is 6 capture weight. What's a capture weight of a bloated corpse? 3. Okay. But yeah, I think we do that. It ain't too bad. Then it's just a long line of zombos. Now, Winds of Death is potentially a thing that we will have to deal with. It is not the end of the world, though. As long as I don't play dumb and just blob up my guys, we can fight the winds of death. Ready? Good luck, have fun. All right, here we go. So we got our Scrolls of Lycos. The bloats combo well with the Moringulls. I can summon more Moringulls onto this point if I really want to. They have 20 units. So it looks like it is going to be a bunch of infantry. But generally speaking, my zombie should upgrade versus most of his stuff. He kind of needs to supplement his army with crypt horrors or what have you to win. No crabs? Yeah, I don't have enough money for crabs and bloated corpse shenanigans. Now, I do have artillery, which is a little weird. But if we do see corpse carts or crypt horrors, these guys will do well. And if I can kill them, if I can kill the horrors, then suddenly they can't kill my infantry. And they have to bring in Grave Guard. And you know what happens when they bring in Grave Guard, right? Kaboom, baby. We'll see. As soon as they're ready. It's taking much longer to set up their 20 units. I guess the 1 unit difference is doing them in. No money for crabs or 4 artillery pieces. I forgot I still had the mortars, okay? We'll ignore the mortars, but like what? That can't even get me 1 crab. It can get me 1 naked crab without guns. But we're not here to crab max today, okay? Using the bloats. We're getting in the bloats. Should be able to line of sight them through this. Okay, here we go. So hopefully I get a free Crypt Ghoul pick at the very beginning. Seeing a 5, 4, 5, 5. There's 3 units that I do not see. There's a unit of fell bats at the ready. Over here at the very beginning. There are the Crypt Ghouls. That is fine. Crypt Ghouls are pretty chumpy. And there we go. Nom nom. Okay, and I just need to hide the bloats from the bats. There you go. Lots of deeps. Lots of the mega deeps. I think he's gonna chuck out a scab scrap, but that's fine. Probably another Crypt Ghoul over here on this point, or another 2. That's okay. The Munching doing pretty well. Value trading wise, I guess it's not the best though. Could have been slightly better for me, but still not too bad. I think I will get a carronade over here. Try and bait out the bats into coming at me. Is he really gonna scout out the bloats accidentally? I think he did. I think he accidentally scouted out the bloats with the bats. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not upset. Oh my gosh. Bro. Bro. Okay, that's kind of rough, but still not the end of the world. I have another bloat. What if I stealth them? Will he go invisible and the bats de-aggro? Freaking hell, man. Did he know? Is he stream sniping? Did someone give him the deets? What other stealth units would I usually have in the trees that he wants to suss out? Not entirely sure, actually. It's fine, though. We did kill off 1 fellbat for the price of all of our bloats. We shall continue. I do have some ghosts of the past, but there's nothing really worth shooting at right now. I guess those bats are dead at least. And I should be able to secure me a lot of points. Depth guard are really good here. Honestly, my infantry line is probably the best part about this build so far. And Silastra just has to kind of avoid that white king little dude over there. Some black knights are not really a big issue, but I think we'll be okay. You think you knew? Honestly, even if you don't try to stream snipe, you can accidentally see what I'm doing just because YouTube will show the video. But all right, at least the doggos have the capture weight, which is the most important part. We're gonna have some depth guard in here. Life will be good. A couple zombies are not the biggest issue in the world. I might need to give up 1 point, but that's totally fine by me. We have another artillery piece. We just gotta make sure that the dogs don't keep coming on in is all. But Silostra has some great DPS with this little spell. And the knights aren't doing so hot. Not with those cannons shooting them. Value trading wise, we're doing not bad actually. Mourngulls are doing really well, and Depth Guard will certainly do amazing. So we're just gonna park them in here and be okay. And then I think what we do actually is we use our Cav Summon. Yeah, like so. Ah, crap. Is gonna be able to escape. The cavalry is kind of fast though, so if they can actually secure the kill, it's not bad for me. Yeah, and they're gonna get the slowdown. Oh, actually, dang. All right. Well, I'm trading out the cavalry for those guys, and that's honestly not too bad. So you can see my infantry, the far superior infantry, doing great. We got Depth Guard on the loose, and I have both capture points. So far, so good, actually. I do have to be a little wary. There is a Krell over here. Krell makes things a little nasty. But I know the Depth Guard will be good. There's no summon over here just yet. A unit of Sirens is summoned. I don't know how well they'll do, actually. I guess we'll see. Silostra has to be a little careful. Now, if I can kill Kemmler, that'd be great, but I don't think the guy's gonna die. Kemmler is rather tanky. Although, I don't know, man. Double vampires are kind of cooking him. He is on foot, too. Wait just a darn second. Dude, Kemmler's dying, man. Oh, Kemmler ain't gonna make it. Dude, if he dies here, get the cannons on his face, man. Or maybe not. Maybe they killed the corpse guard. Holy crap, we killed Kemmler. Wait, that's actually huge, bro. That's actually kind of huge. Kemmler just straight up died. He couldn't handle it. Wait, are we gonna win this? Oh my goodness, you're kidding me. He threw. He threw. He had the build and everything. Oh my goodness. All right, well, time to lock in. We cannot throw the match now. Not when the times are so good. The double vampire ladies are kind of sick too, mind you. They're actually getting a lot of work done. And I can even start progressing onto this point to steal it. He can't take this one. That much is for sure. Silostra just has to be a little careful though. Run, little Silostra, run. Okay, we're going to target fire the Crypt Horrors. Silostra's just gonna book it. It's kind of funny. Usually the White Kings give amazing capture weight, but in this case, we have our heroes here. So they're doing just as well. And I think he's saving up for another Kemmler. Pretty funny. Silostra can give him the runaround. They'll never get her alive. And while Kemmler is back, that severely weakens the Vampire Count's position. Silostra can just book it. She's kind of fast. And Kemmler's on foot. Wait a second. Kemmler's on foot. The guy's on foot. He can't do anything, man. Ooh, Sternsman. I can kill Sternsman. Yeah, he's just gonna die to dogs. Oh my gosh. Easiest picking of my entire life. And we know he just dumped all his money on Kemmler too. Oof, brutal. All right, so he ain't looking too good. The cannons are hammering the middle position very well too, mind you. Very nice, very nice. He summons Krell. He summoned Krell, the panic button. Oh my goodness. Oh man, and the cannons are doing so good. And he summoned some zombies, bro. Oh, the guy's panicking. All right, nice. I just have to carry out the win then. There is still a Crypt Horror unit over here that we gotta mop up. I think the Depth Guard should be okay for him though. The middle will fall, unfortunately. But my two little casters here are pretty decent. Okay, there we go. Crypt Horrors on the full surround. We'll see how they do against the doggos. Is that Skeleton Warrior summon? Dang, he was real worried about Kemmler. Oh my gosh, and Silostra somehow has capture weight with these two ladies. Dang, man. Dude, if I hold this point, he's so screwed. But I think he's probably going to be able to get it. I'd be very surprised if they were not able to. Though I will be able to re-secure it very soon. Kemmler's pushing on in. But if I can just keep bullying him, I think we're good. The doggos can get a lot of damage on the guy. You got to be a little careful about that. If he ever gets surrounded here, it ain't pretty. He actually miscasts himself. Pretty nasty. We do lose one of our casters, but that's okay. The crypt ghouls, I don't have to worry about too much. I have plenty of zombie at my disposal. And if we just keep spamming, life should be good. I will be able to get more dogs in here soon too, which is very important. Though the capture weight situation is a different thing. I think if I kill off these guys though, that should be able to help out quite a bit. Silostra has a lot of deeps. This lady's still on the point, being an absolute menace. Remember, I do still have 2 cannons. They give them many more issues. And even though they secure this point, they're going to lose this one. Oh, dang. Yo, they're barely on this one. That's kind of crazy. I'm just going to have to force path onto that point, and then we'll be okay. Using the dogs to kill the crypt ghouls is super cost efficient. And as long as Silostra doesn't die, we're good. Though, Kemmler seems to want revenge. Can we bait him, though? I will say the cannons are super good. Every time I give up a point, we just let the cannons cook. And there we go. The dog's doing great. And Kemmler's on the run again. Kemmler honestly is not having the greatest of days. This might not have been winnable without the Kemmler snipe, but I'm very happy that we managed it. Let's get another dog unit. Just keep on cycle charging those crypt ghouls and no problems will be had. I have infinity zombies. Vampire co-zombies. Better than undead zombies, confirmed. Those crypt horrors just do not like those cannons, man. The cannons have been feasting for sure. Here we go, so that should kill them. And then I can think about retaking this point, actually. So I have so many dogs now that we can just use them for capture weight. I doubt he's going to summon in any knights or anything. And we also win on a single cap, so we are extremely favored in this situation. And this was despite the bloated corpses. Unfortunately, my opponent got the bats on it. But it's not enough, man. It's not enough. Can't take down the Kraken King with just that, good sir. Of course, I did need that Kemmler snipe, though. That Kemmler snipe was definitely huge. Yo, can I kill him again? Honestly, the double hero was better than I thought. If anything, the double heroes were the true carries. I can't believe it, man. Finally, some coast gameplay. It's been a good day. It's been a very good day. We even got the artillery pieces in here. Didn't need no crabs. Point is stolen. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh. And we win with the triple cap. Insane. The poor bloats, though. They did 2-1 Fellbat. Technically, though, they still got 300 value, 350 value combined. So it's actually not the end of the world. I've had worse trades with bloated corpses. I've had worse trades. Yeah, they got 50% of their value. A lot of my infantry probably didn't get 50% of their value. Also, by the way, my opponent, if you want to know how they misplayed, they played too wide. So the corpse carts couldn't actually give a lot of value. And my infantry extremely uptrade versus all of this stuff. Also, no solution for the depth guard and losing the cavalry summon. Wow, 87 value. That's really bad. These guys did worse than the bloated corpses. Terrible, absolutely terrible on those guys. My bloats, yeah, look at that, 100 each. Bloated corpses, better than black knights. They got as much value as the crypt horror. Dang, we got a hard countered them. Very fun game, yeah. I think we got some sick plays back and forth. It was really fun using the doggos. We got a 6 snipe on that Kemmler. All right, let me know when you give that tournament win. LOL. I gotta let my let my moderator know to give me the tournament win. Corruption at its finest. Redeem 15 squats. Thank you very much. I will begin that. But yeah, that just went great. Honestly, if he knew that there was gonna be Graveguard, he shouldn't, or if he knew he's gonna shut down the bloats, he should have taken more Graveguard. I guess the cannons are still good though. What's the Silostra value? Pretty solid. Yo, Silostra distracting the Vikings and the Krells. Both Krells. Oh. Alright, there we go. You need to see the Silostra value at the end. She was mostly just casting a bunch of spam on these guys, but for how cheap she is, it's great. Technically, you can add on 1,000 for the Cav kill too. Amazing. Also, she helped kill the Karen race. That was pretty funny. What did Kamler do? Dude, Kamler did nothing. Kamler was a joke. Killed himself summoning skeletons. Oh, man. Hail to the king. I still got it. Moringles were interesting. Honestly, okay, when you compare the Moringle value to the bloat value, upper bound bloat value does catch up to Moringles. Moringles are kind of jank, unfortunately. One Wind of Death would have been crazy here. If I had Wind of Death or if they had Wind of Death. I think most of us weren't blobbing too much. Dude, the cannons though? Oh yeah, the cannons with a hard carry. There you go, there's the value. You guys want to see real value? Oh, the Depth Guard cook too? Oh my gosh, I love it when the classic coast units get value. Dude, this thing got 1,700. Are you kidding me? It's because it was shooting at the knights. It's got 1,200 shooting at the crypt horrors. I wanted him to spam more fell bats. Oh, he only had the 2. I see. There was a dire wolf in there, but it was summoned a little late. I think I had the better mobility with the dogs. So if he did send fell bats on my artillery, I would have just jumped him. So surprised he didn't dive the cannons at all. He did. So he sent 1 degrading bat and he sent the cav unit. Amazing. It's too bad the bloats couldn't get a hit though. If they hit the Graveguard, life would have been good. Anyways, GG. That was fun. Went 6-1. Went 6-1 with bloated corpses the whole day. Vampire Coast is definitely a very strong faction. This is a faction where you can kind of meme it up and still win. But nice. I think what we will do now is I do have an opponent for another mini Warhammer tournament, so I might just play the best of 3 against them on stream. Maybe I'll play Vampire Coast, we'll see. And then we'll call it a day. But I need to see if they're around first and foremost. Nice, and they are. So this is a tournament hosted by Azac, I think. So how does it work? The prize is 35 euros. No Errors of Kurnos. Nullstone limited to 1. Book of Secrets is banned. Okay. The Mask of Slaanesh is banned. Locust Conjuration not banned, but clear exploit will result in a loss in that match. Okay. I don't know what clear exploit is. It's very easy to accidentally get a lot of value with it. Sure. All right, best of 3 time. Druchi Anointed. Any mount limited to 1 due to bug. All right, I can accept that. Okay, so what is this? How's the pick ban system work? All games are best of 3. Each game you redo the matrix with the addition that neither player can re-pick the faction they have already played. If player 1 wins with Norska and player 2 loses with Slaanesh, neither player can re-pick the factions. Dang. That's kind of crazy, man. All right. Well, let's do it. Do I just ban Ponty's Dark Elves the whole time? Make him suffer? What's the map? What's the map? The map is Borderlow Landing. Alright, let's do this. Is this for Warhammer League? If so, that's hosted... Oh, yeah, my bad. Winterwind, not Azac. Whoops. Alright. He banned dwarves. What a mad lad. Alright. My first pick was Slaanesh. Theirs was Warriors of Chaos. My next pick is Vampire Ghost. Theirs was Skaven. Bro is insane. Bro is actually insane. Okay. Alright, my last is Vampire count. So this is Nurgle. Yo, the Nurgle counter pick? Alright, that's kind of hype. Slaanesh, Vampire Coast, Vampire counts. Okay. So, whichever factions are played, you can't play them again, but I think that's fine. But yeah, Renataki is hosting Warhammer League. How's Coast into Nurgle even? Nurgle's actually quite good versus Undead. Especially on a map like this with such hills. I'll probably just get rid of the Nurgle matchups. Just get rid of Nurgle versus Undead. I'll play Slaanesh into anything though. Look, if they can beat my Slaanesh, I don't deserve the win. Yeah, double tournament stream. Crazy sauce. Nurgle, the bloated corpse magnet faction. Do they have a counter? I guess if they take the exalted heroes and such, it could be kind of sketch. Okay, so I can force Slaanesh into him. Or I can play Coaster Counts into Chaos. I do think Slaanesh is just the best. And if I play Slaanesh, then they can't play Slaanesh. Alright, nice. Alright, I'll ban Slaanesh versus I'll ban Slaanesh versus Skaven. Sure. I'll play Slaanesh versus Chaos and Nurgle. It's fine. It's fine, man. It's already over. Yeah, Slaanesh versus Chaos is really good versus Slaanesh. Slaanesh versus Nurgle is absurd versus with Slaanesh. He wants to play Nurgle versus Slaanesh. Okay. So the guy has a build. So this is very typical. Where you see people go for absurdly bad matchups that they've cooked something crazy for. So either it's going to be a mega box. It's either going to be a mega box where they just turtle up and somehow they can hold both points and they win. Or it's going to be, you know, a flying doom squad. If they go for the cavalry, it's terrible. Obviously, they love to Buna here. As a Slaanesh player, you just need to be ready for everything. You know, it's definitely just a kind of a skill check type situation. Just make sure you have the answers to the main threats that the enemy can pose, and then all will be well. Now, the mask is banned, so Slaanesh is ever so slightly weaker in this here format. That is not exactly something that we are worried about. Let me check the unit restrictions too. Book of Secrets, Nullstone, Mask of Slaanesh is banned. Locus of Conjuration, Behrman and Bjorg are banned from Warriors of Chaos, Master of the Mists. Chaos Sorcerer of Slaanesh. You're not allowed to take another caster because bug. Yeah, this is fine. As long as I just play normal, I think we're fine. Just have to be a little careful because occasionally Nurgle can catch you off guard. Like the full out Nurgle Air Force. That can be ever so slightly terrifying. I will need some mobility. Something like these. Yeah, okay. This is just, I think this is just a solid build. It's just a solid build. Not that much to worry about. Love a feral Nakari pick. Nakari's pretty hype. But do I need Nakari? Ooh, what if it's, yeah, quad Beasts of Nurgle? Border Low Landing's mobility heaven. It's a little tighter than I always remember it when I show up on the map. Because of all the terrain pieces, there's a few rocks and such in the way. But having Strider on your whole army definitely helps. It's not as good for like Bretonia mobility, but Beastmen Slaanesh, they love this map. Noxbringer Kite. Noxbringer Kite would be quite wild, yes. That would be something indeed. I feel like there's a fair bit of competition for the worst unit. I think there is. At the very least, we had the worst Vampire Coast unit. I can be pretty confident about that. Is this what I want? Yeah, let's see. There's a few wild things they could bring. Chaos Knights of Nurgle. So like either they're trying to match me in mobility, or maybe they just take an absurd amount of infantry. I just have to make sure I don't get over eager, and it's fine. Poor bloaties. What unit is worse than the bloated corpse? Let's see. Because bloats can sometimes have value. You need a unit that does nothing the moment it comes onto the battlefield. I guess there's units that can be even more ineffective. Like Uncle Furuncle's not going to get you 1,000 gold worth of value no matter what, right? So he's just bad by taking up so much of your army. There's a little bit of that. I use the trees for the Slongors. But yeah, very typical. It's a triple fiend start. Ready. Good luck, have fun. There's 12 starting units from my dear old opponent. We have horsemen in case we need to shoot them to death. But mostly I want to spam the mobility. Fiends are good enough deeps. I don't need to take pleasure seekers or anything that dies to Buna. I think Buna's basically a guarantee in this situation. And it's gonna be some Nurglings. I see. It's just a normal infantry build. It's just normal infantry. 5, 5, 12. That's it. That's the whole army. It's just a normal infantry build. What is this? All right. So he wants to focus purely on play. My opponent wants to outplay me, I see. You know, even though my army might be stronger, if their micro is good enough, life could be difficult. Now, as you can see, there is a very fun... no, there's no damage reflect either. What a mad lad. No damage reflect? What are you doing? Okay. Wait, there's not even Buna, bro. I can run Seekers like a normal Slaanesh mate. Well, this will just be kind of rough then, right? Surely? I just have to not get hit by these exalted plague bearers, but they move at the speed of nothing. Yeah, this is a wild build, man. This is absolutely wild. So they're gonna have to consolidate, which means that they can't take any of the points. That much alone already makes life a little bit more difficult. I'll just get my lord in here. Get a little bit of workings done on his fools. And I just gotta make sure the exalted plague bearers don't get too many hits off. But that should be fairly simple. A couple of rot knights are not an issue. Couple Rot Knights. We don't care about them. I have Seekers. As long as I bring in the Seekers to manage them, we're fine. Fiends do just great versus the Exalted Plague Bearers. Now I can rampage them. Keep them stuck in a fight that they do not want to be in. So far it seems like the Exalted Plague Bearers are mayhaps attempting a Lord snipe of some sort. Just have to be a little careful around them. Rot Knights we definitely want to kill. So I use the rampage on them. Then you just pull back with your cavalry. And then while they're stuck in the trees and all debuffed, then you get the sick flanking shots. That should be enough. Rot Knights, especially vanilla Rot Knights, unfortunately, are not exactly the best unit in the game. They did get a very nasty hit on my Lord, though. That is quite impressive. But now the Exalted Plague Bearers are indeed very, very occupied. And there's the debuff to delete those knights a little bit more. And so far, I would say this is going catastrophically for my opponent. Now, you never know. You never know. Maybe after losing the Rot Knights, they'll have some crazy play. Maybe they sneak in this point or something. But I am about to build up my army abilities with these guys getting routed off. There is a unit of Chaos Knight Lances of Nurgle. A very fun unit indeed. But also not exactly a problem. So obviously my mobility is much faster. We're gonna give him the rampage. There we go. I'm just gonna pull back like so. And then he's gonna pull away, but the rampage should be able to kick in and cause much havoc. I just need them to rampage into, yeah, something terrible like those Forsaken. And that should mess them up pretty bad. There you go, the big collapse. And the Chaos Knights are dead. Times a million. That is because Nurgle Cavalry is not Slaanesh Cavalry. Who would have guessed? Oh, geez, the absolute devastation. I did lose a Fiend, though, so that is quite rough. Those Fiends had families. And they might actually get some tickets here. If I am unlucky. We'll see. Maybe if I disengage with these Furies. Come on, get in there. I'm gonna see if I can go for the no tickets lost strat. Can I get the win without losing tickets? Maybe. It is certainly going very well for us. I do have a net for these Plague Bearers in case they do try to make a play. But yeah. Unfortunately for my opponents, it's pretty done. The Exalted Plague Bearers were kind of cool, though. I did find that they were kind of good at stopping me from getting in there. Alley-oop. And that means your flanks are exposed to the rear charge. And then they turn to face my cavalry. And then their flanks are exposed again. This is the double flank. It is a very good, effective strategy for Slaanesh. And it sucks to go up against. This unit costs 1,300. As much as a unit of Fiends. This is disgusting. Oh, man. Yeah, Slaanesh is really strong. I will say, Slaanesh is very strong. You can still beat them. I can beat Slaanesh on the reg, but definitely, even if you just spam Slongors and Forsaken, they're already such a menace. As is tradition, taking Ponty's lunch money. Oh, Nelly. I wonder why they picked Nurgle, though. I wonder why. The build might be good versus the typical Forsaken Slongor spam. I know that's been like oddly popular instead of kind of the classic Slaaneshi playstyle. So maybe they felt that there was a little bit of work that could be done there. Some people just spam warriors of Slaanesh, which is kind of wild to me. It is kind of cool to see these guys hold to these Chaos Knights around the Lord. They actually did much better than I thought they would. As Nurgle is very good in the grind. So I guess we get to learn a little bit about Nurgle's strengths and weaknesses. Another Chaos Knight has arrived too. I will have another Narcissism though. And that definitely ends up. So this fight itself, you know what? Maybe they push me back. For the first time this battle, Nurgle has actually forced me back mildly. That is actually impressive in and of itself. Some Nurglings are summoned, alright. The question is though, so what if I rampage these fools away? Oh, where are they going? Yeah, there we go. So if I just rampage them away. Oh, and then they can't help in this fight, then I think we're good. Of course, Chaos Furies are pretty solid here too. Yeah, Slaanesh got that maneuverability. Nice. And like, I honestly, these army abilities, if Slaanesh didn't have the army abilities, it would actually be a little bit better. I think Slaanesh would be still a very strong faction without it, but they would be actually fairly balanced. They would be decently balanced. Final race for the points has begun. Let's get the rampage. There we go. Get a sick rear charge on these here plague bearers. I think I can kill these knights with just this rampage. That's pretty nasty. And then what we're going to do is I'll just chuck some furies at these knights. The Chaos Knight Lancers were kind of cute. They are actually insane when it comes to the melee defense. So you do have to get the charge if you want to actually get them. Gonna get a nice little flank charge here. This is the benefit of having lots of cheap cav. And we still have capture weight. Hell yeah. Army ability should be gone from multiplayer in general. I think they're cool, but it definitely, you know, it's kind of weird, right? How do you balance around army abilities? The only way that I can see you can make it work is if you make all the lords more expensive. So like, you know, it is true that all the Slaanesh lords are slightly overpriced. You know, a lot of the Nurgle lords are slightly overpriced. But it's not really... It's not... Oh, jeez, it's a lot of value. But yeah, all the Nurgle, like, you know, all the factions with army abilities is just a little more expensive. I think Ogres is an exception. And because you always have to take a lord and you're always taking one, it can kind of self-balance. But, you know, if you change the fund size, it doesn't work anymore. Because I don't think army abilities are the equivalent to just a set amount of funds usually. GG. Alright, next match. So I can no longer play Slaanesh. And the map is Haunted Vale. Alright. Very nice. So I can no longer play Slaanesh. They can no longer play the Nurgs. But we should be okay. They have banned my dwarves again. What a mad lad. Alright, so if I'm blind picking here, do I want to go for the Norska? Probably. Haunted Vale's a nice open map. Please, sir, may I have a point? I got the point. They went for chaos. Very standard. I do want to practice my Vampire Coast. I think Vampire Coasts are really strong in today's meta. Just not Slaanesh or Nurgle. One of Turn's balance beefs is that not every faction has army abilities. Well, the idea is that every faction has something that's kind of cool. They have a little something something. Like dwarves have their spell resist. Khorne has more spell resist at the cost of magic. But is it balanced? No, not at all. So they went Chaos, Skaven, and Kislev. Kislev's kind of wild, and they are very good versus Wood Elves. I went Norska, Coast, and Wood Elves. I think Coast is definitely the strongest here versus Kislev. Norska's not bad. It should be fun. Grudge for sure. I wonder why Ponty's banning the dwarves. I don't even play dwarves nowadays. But yes, balance between army abilities is horribly off, but also like that's just kind of how asymmetric games work. It's kind of just how asymmetric games work. So like I don't think that's the deal breaker. And honestly, CA is pretty close to having a balanced game. Like Nurgle is not OP because they have army abilities, right? Everyone except for Empire, who never got the tabletop faction rule. Yeah, Empire just have good spearmen. Here's the thing though, Empire can still do pretty well. The faction is just kind of like that. Interesting. Does he want to play Kislev versus Norska? I would love that. I think that's good practice for me. Norska versus Chaos is also very fun. Norska versus Skaven, also very fun. Coast versus Chaos. Wood Elves versus Chaos and or Skaven. It's all great. I kind of want to play versus Ponty's Chaos, though. Let's just force a Chaos game. Give them a real faction. None of this Nurgle stuff. Give Skaven their campaign ability to summon 5 clan rats. Ooh. That's, yeah. That would be pretty crazy. I think the army abilities, it would be much better if you disabled them and you made them cost money. So in the army building screen, you have a little tick box that enables army abilities, and it costs like 600 gold or whatever. I think that would make a lot more sense. But, yeah. There's other stuff CA's got to get to first. Nurgle army abilities also boil down to 1 slow, 1 group heal. Versus Slaanesh getting a rampage every... Yeah, rampage and snare is so much better than the slow. Even the speed buff for Slaanesh is quite good. Interesting. I'll play Wood Elves versus Warriors of Chaos. I gotta get some Wood Elf practice in. Been a while. Wood Elves versus Chaos. Chaos are a little spicy. Just a smidge. We do have stuff like the Hell Cannon, which is a menace. There are not many ways to deal with the Hell Cannon. But I do have some ideas. All right, let's do this. This could be really fun. Oh yeah. Oh, this is just solid. This is such like classic Wood Elf shenaniganry. It's so classic, man. Ooh, oh, this is great. Now, is it a garbage build? I will say it's a little memey, but I do believe it is still very strong. Seems like Ponty's been liking the Chaos Knight Lances too recently. So I do have to be prepared for those dudes. What else does Chaos have? Not much. Honestly, Chaos is, dare I say, quite chumpy here. I think the biggest, scariest thing is just the Hell Cannon. Hell Cannon is a menace, and it can get an absurd amount of value extremely quickly. But other than that, I think we'll be okay. How do I feel about this build? It feels decent. You do need something to deal with aspiring champions. I just remembered. Aspiring champions are absolute menaces. Because they actually are indestructible unless you take armor piercing anti-infantry infantry. That's basically their only counter. And the fact that they're extremely slow. One dragon, please. A dragon would be fun. But this is Warhammer League. I am obligated to try hard. How is Kislev these days? Haven't played them in a hot minute. They're okay. Kislev's like a B- tier faction. They have some really good cavalry, so they can counter factions that are typically bad versus Cav. But that's about all they have. Kislev, in my eyes, is essentially a lesser Bretonia. It's like you skewed so hard on the cavalry, but your infantry are so cost inefficient. So yeah, they kind of put in a rough position. But Tonya, you know, they can take foot squires. They can go for, you know, men-at-arm polearms, men-at-arm sword and shield, spears, grail reliques to make them stronger. So it's very hard to know exactly what the Bretonian infantry line is. So you can't just be like, ah, yes, I will take this one spell and counter them. With Kislev, it's almost always stuff that's super expensive. So you can take some heavy nuking spells and suddenly Kislev just doesn't have a lot of infantry left. Bretonia W. Yeah. Now, Kislev cavalry might be slightly better than Bretonia, but they're also really expensive too. So you're really committing very hard into them. And that means stuff like Buna will Recarino you. With the Bretonians, they can bring Knights Errant, Knights of the Realm, to counter Buna. It's just having that redundancy and the diversity that the Kislevites do not have. Honestly, Kislev just needs a DLC. The only thing the last DLC gave them was halberds, but like, where's the infantry options, man? Where are the armor Kossar halberds? Honestly, armored Kossar halberds would be pretty sick. Kislev Cav better than Bretonian Cav? I think in some cases they are definitely better. All right, now this build obviously seems a little memey, but I assure you it is an absolute menace to deal with. So this is the range max. You basically go with a maximum number of Glade Guard. It's not restricted, right? Okay, good. Glade Guard are not restricted in this tournament. So you essentially just take an absurd amount of ranged, and because Chaos is generally a pretty slow faction, they can't really do much against this. They just kind of sit around and get shot to death. Holy skew build. The thing is, it's not as skew as you might think. What's he gonna do? Cav max this? If my opponent goes to Cav max, they're so expensive, they're just gonna die. You can't take 12 units of cavalry. What's he gonna do? Infantry spam me? Not exactly a problem either. Infantry spam can be guided. So like, honestly, I don't know. It's just a good build. I just taken a lot of the good units. As long as I effectively retreat with these guys, it's fine. Honestly, 4 Way Watchers is more skew because that does get countered by Cav Max. In this case, we are seeing a bunch of Chaos Warriors and Marauders. Not a big deal. A couple Doom Knights are actually insanely good for me to see here, because most of these guys are armor piercing. The Hagbane tips, if you didn't know, they are actually the same DPS as crossbows. It's quite the menace they are. So just give them a little bit of a push up and then start reforming my formation here so that I don't get super hard flanked by, like, yeah, a bunch of Chaos Knights, for example. As long as I can avoid that, I think I'm pretty comfortable. Just have to make sure I don't overextend here at all. I missed what magic their caster has. I'll have to figure that out later.
It will be done.
And it's pink fire. Okay. That's not too bad. So all I gotta do is get a little bit of cavalry and just give them some of that pepper. So I'm willing to give up the points to get into a better position. The Chaos Warriors are extraordinarily slow. They are stupid slow. I don't expect them to get a lot of work done. They should get a good amount of deeps because we are spell amped by being in the trees. They actually just chuck out the spawn. That's kind of funny. Okay, and I just gotta retreat in the correct direction. So these guys are fun. They have shoot and scoot. So while they move, they can also get a good amount of work done. Doom Knights are trying to move in onto my position. But as long as I use this edge of the map here, I won't get flanked. Which is everything that I could possibly want. Lord is a little far behind. We love to see that. I'll just get a little bit of a pot shot here and then continue the retreat. And so far, so good. Like, we push back the Chaos Knights. Life is solid. I just need to continue running away. Let's get another Melkoths on these bad boys. We don't want them getting too much work on me. It's a little bit of a spell cast here. That's not a problem. By these Chaos Warriors, so we'll pull back with the Dryads. You can see my archers here. Yeah, they can work Doom Knights pretty well. Now, I do still have to keep pulling back. The forces of chaos can converge on my position fairly quickly. The Doom Knights especially. A little bit annoying. But if I focus fire the Chaos Knights here, then I use this summon over here to deal with them. Let's stealth them up and speed boost them. And I should be okay. I just kind of have to split properly right here. We'll see how this goes. That's a good Melkoths for sure. Though I will say those pink fires are kind of brutal. Though I did just annihilate these Tzeentch Knights. I think that's going to put my opponent in a very bad position. Lore of Shadows is amazing too, by the by. As it completely and utterly ruins their push because it gives my units a speed boost. It's very nice. Okay, nice. So I just gotta focus fire these guys. Just gotta peel these ones away. And then I should be able to get another big ol' spell cast on the Doom Knights. Killing them is definitely the key to victory. And soon enough, my opponent will be army wiped. You kind of have to trust the process. It's going to look a little sketchy for a second. But I'll be okay. These Chaos Warriors are simply too slow, and they are now extremely overextended. There we go. Yeah, and then I have my Wildwood Rangers just mulching them. You can see the Chaos push is starting to feel kind of thin now. And there you go, big rout on the Knights. That's not going to kill the archers, so they're totally fine with that. Not a problem. I think those Chaos Knights are about to rout, so I don't have to worry about them. And now this is where my opponent is like, oh crap, I'm super duper overextended. There's not a whole lot that can really be done in this situation. And this is what I mean, right? You think it's a skew build, but it's actually just a good build. Because the build, it just doesn't die to shield spam, right? It's not. This ain't a rock, paper, scissors game. You just have to walk away. Just walk away from your opponent a little bit. You'll be okay. I might even be able to kill off this Lord. But yeah, fairly comfortable. We did manage to keep most of the archers alive. Now I just have to secure 1 point at a time, and then life will be fairly comfortable. These guys are dead because Wildwood Rangers are simply too fast. And there we go. There's the focus fire. There's the slow. Plus the poison. It reduces their speed to 42. That is like Forsaken levels of speed. Even less so, actually. So that should just get them massacred. Then we kill off this here Lord. There I go. And those Knights are dead. Huzzah! And what elf mains wonder why people want to decrease the caps or Glade Guard? I will say, I think either everyone should be able to do that or no one should be able to do that, right? Like, the variance with Bretonnian archers and Glade Guard is kind of insane. The thing is, though, like, without them, you can't even take a high amount of infantry. If Empire was actually strong enough, you would just, you would spam, like, you know, let's say, like, crossbowmen and archers were all really good, right? Then, like, Empire might do something like this. And then what are you supposed to do? Have a cap that mixes archers and crossbows? That's also kind of weird. But, yeah, I have been able to beat the 12 Glade Guard build, though. For any of you worried that I am punching down, it is beatable. You do need to get some sick... You gotta get some sick Hell Cannon plays. And then you gotta go defensive. If you start with Doom Knights is actually the risky option. Doom Knights kinda suck against that build. There's some slight positioning stuff he could have done, but at the end of the day, they can only occupy one of my archers, and I still have 11 more. If they occupy 2, I still have 12. So, yeah, I think you basically have to go hard on the Hellstriders. Yeah. You basically have to go hard on the Hellstriders, you gotta use the mobility, and you have to take faster infantry than Chaos Warriors. They're just a little bit too slow. How do you counter that? Just build up and go wide. So build up is not the best because Wood Elves still have a lot of good units they can summon in. What you want is faster infantry. So let me show you real quick. If you're playing Chaos and you know they're going to be doing something like that, that build doesn't let you take Waystalkers as easily. Otherwise it'll reduce the number of guys you have. But you still want to double check for Waystalkers. If there's no Waystalkers, you summon in the Hell Cannon. Typically, Archaon is amazing because he has great leadership buffs, he's fast, and he has Burning Head. So Burning Head is very nice for routing off the archers, just take a little bit of pressure off. And you also can't really go skirmishers here as Chaos, that's just a little too risky. Typically, what you have is like a Forsaken Hellstrider threat. Something roughly like this. Ah, yes, and the Dreadmaw. Of course, the Dreadmaw is just amazing. So, let's see here. Is there a way I can balance some money? You can figure out the money balancing later, but having a bit of Forsaken, having the Dreadmaw, all of this is amazing. This is good versus most builds, too. It can be Waywatcher Kite. It can be an infantry-heavy build. The Dreadmaw is just solid. And then you use the Hellstriders to run them down. They can't play so aggressively and steal points if they do that. And then what ends up happening is that you hold on to the points and you kind of settle for a longer game. And you know what does really well in a longer game? This bad boy. The Hell Cannon, with its massive leadership debuff and its crazy damage, its homing missiles can't be dodged by the fast archers. You just use this to plonk away at them, soften them up. And then you should have enough time to desummon it. And then you take a fight. Generally, if it gets 600 gold value and you desummon it, it's paid for itself. You'll typically get like 800 gold. And then you just gotta beat Wild Riders. So it's gonna be a little sketchy because Hellstriders, they don't trade up into Wild Riders. It's kind of even, but they're way cheaper. So you can kind of just keep spamming them 24/7. And the Wood Elves will eventually run out of good cavalry, and you'll just kind of overwhelm them. I almost never take Chaos Warriors and Marauders. I think they're just not good against people who can pull off a proper kite. And then I think that's basically it. This is just like the fundamentals. A lot of the time, you'll see me do this too in reserve, just in case we're going to see some dragon play. Horsemen are perfect for that situation. They can also charge some infantry. Is there anything else? Dogs can actually be not bad, but you only want them after your cavalry have won the cav fight. So I'd probably stay away from them. Yeah, something like this. Like, all these guys are very good units. not a single Bretonian game. Eventually. Actually, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna play Bretonia is. I'm sorry, Pope. I'm sorry, Pope. Combined arms is full wussies. All we need is Glade Guard. They are pretty good. It is one of the best Wood Elf builds, and that is because Glade Guard are slightly overtuned. I do think they could have a mild nerf. But anyways, for now, I'm gonna dip. We's gonna dip. Tomorrow, I don't plan to stream. I will find a day to get that modded Slaanesh. You know, everybody is Slaanesh mod going, where they have 500 speed except for me. But yeah, for now, we're just gonna take it easy. Peace out. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday for another tournament run. Should be fun. Just messing around. Never. Yeah, that one time I played Bretonia for like 2 months straight.